Good morning and welcome. Yes, this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. It is a Monday morning and it is a new week to be inspired. Now, we recently have, in fact, a lot to catch up on because 5FM recently launched a campaign titled #5FM War Cry Champs, and they were on the hunt to find the best war cry within the South African schools. And one of the schools that participated was Milnerton High School here in the Western Cape, and they are here to show us what they've got. Plus, we get to learn it ourselves. So we are very excited to have some of those scholars in studio today. We are definitely keeping you entertained between now and 9 o'clock. And entertaining us with his vocals is musician and creative Xavier Haupt, now known as Exo Xavier, and he's got a new single out and it's called Stay Home, and he's ready to perform that for you. And what is a show without a little bit of a recipe or two? Well, we're going to head on over into the kitchen and we are whipping up some budget-friendly recipes for students with our very own Gabriella. Now, she's going to make some creamy ramen and dumpling nachos. That sounds heaven. That is absolutely exciting. Well, that and a whole lot more on its way between now and 9 o'clock right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But we also love connecting with you, so we've got G-Man to do that.
I feel like I'm being punished in some ways, Zoe. It's so lovely to see you again this morning, so don't let that be overshadowed. I can't wait to catch up with our weekend highlights to see where you've been, and likewise you guys at home. But yes, we have the small matter of the run-in for the English Premier League to chew on this morning. Mitch is going to be joining us. We're going to talk Arsenal. We're going to talk Manchester United. It's your turn to weigh in. What did you think of the game? How are you feeling about the final phase of the English Premier League? Where do your allegiances lie? Maybe you don't care about either one of these teams, and we can both leave the room. But we'd love to hear from you this morning. It is going to be an incredible wrap-up of the season. And, of course, this derby game never disappoints. But I would imagine some people crying out there. So let us know how you're feeling. Share your thoughts. You can vent with us. This is a safe place. 063-408-8863. We'd love to hear from you this morning. And, of course, we'll get into those sporting results in just a moment, right across the board, with a little focus on the football with Mitch Machana. But right now, let's set the tone for the day, catch up on what's been happening over the weekend in and around South Africa and the world, and then I'll delve into those sporting headlines.
Yes, of course, official duties must commence. G-Man will get into the sport in just a bit, but for now, though, national headlines are first up. And the death toll in the George building collapse tragedy in the Western Cape presently stands at 19. Now, at least 32 workers are still unaccounted for as rescue efforts continue at the site. Now, it's been nearly a week since the multi-story building under construction collapsed, and Police Minister Becky Cele says officials will thoroughly investigate the cause of the tragedy to bring closure to the families of the victims. Now, he visited the site yesterday and met with family members of those still missing. And in our next headline, a commercial forensics company has appealed to the public to educate themselves on how to manage and keep their information safe. Now, the latest report of the International Police Organization on cyber threats states that cybercrime is increasing rapidly and is highly advanced. Now, the Director of Investigations of CMS South Africa, Zakir Mohammed, says the biggest threat is the public's lack of knowledge about how to protect themselves. Now, he says it's essential that the correct technology is used to protect devices. Well, we now move over to international headlines, and more than 100 people have been kidnapped in Nigeria after attackers raided 3 villages in the northwest of the country. Now, the raids were carried out in the state of Zamfara, and the kidnappings took place despite payments made to gangs for protection in February. Now, mass kidnappings in Nigeria occur repeatedly when gangs attack schools and villages and demand a ransom for their people that they have kidnapped. Well, next up in the headlines, the first man to receive a genetically modified pig kidney transplant has died 2 months after the operation. Now, the hospital where the procedure was carried out has said this and concludes the following. Rick Slayman, age 62, was suffering with end-stage kidney disease before undergoing the operation in March. Now, the Massachusetts General Hospital in the U.S. said yesterday there was no indication that his death was a result of the transplant. Now, transplants of other organs from genetically modified pigs have failed in the past, but the operation on Slayman in March was hailed as a historic milestone. Now, finally, in our headlines for this morning, Luke Ball and his father, Mike, hailing from Cape Town, joined forces to craft a drone that reached an impressive average speed of 480.23 kilometers per hour, earning it the esteemed title of the fastest RC quadcopter officially certified by Guinness World Records. Now, this achievement followed a 3-month journey filled with challenges, culminating in an outstanding top speed of 510 kilometers per hour, capable of accelerating from 0 to 300 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. Now, equipping Peregrine 2 with a camera not only documented its flights, but also set another record, making it the fastest camera drone. Now, Luke is now determined to surpass his previous effort and create an even faster successor, driven by his passion for pushing boundaries in drone technology. Well, this is definitely exciting stuff indeed. And again, we are always behind our Saffers doing the most around the world. For now, though, let's see what the Saffers have been up to, hopefully when it comes to the sporting headlines. And here's the G-Man with the latest.
I just want to keep that grin on the screen a little bit longer. People be doing favors left, right and centre. Let's see if it's helped that young man out as we start with football. Arsenal have revived their Premier League title hopes with a crucial victory over Manchester United. It was Leandro Trossad's goal in the 20th minute that secured a hard-fought 1-0 win for the Gunners, who, it must be said, have struggled a tad at Old Trafford in the past. So this victory now propels Arsenal back to the top of the table, edging them 1 point ahead of their bitter rivals. And although Man City still hold the fate of the title in their hands, Arsenal's win does put pressure on the Blues ahead of their upcoming match up against Tottenham. And yes, we're probably not going to do anyone any favours in that one. Let's look at rugby now. And Springbok Women's head coach Louis Kuhn, he has praised his team's structured approach in their final match of the Rugby Africa Women's Cup. So the victory over Madagascar not only confirmed their qualification for the Rugby World Cup 2025, which is massive, but also secured their entry into the World 15-2. And our ladies then defended their title as African champions with a 46-17 win over Madagascar, showing some real class. They're maintaining their unbeaten record at the Stade Marquis in Antananarivo for 6 consecutive tests now. An incredible arc of improvement. Now let's continue with rugby as the Bulls, Stormers and Lions all secured valuable bonus point victories in the URC, keeping them in the race for the quarterfinals. So the Stormers, they delivered a strong second half performance, defeating the Dragons 44-21 in Newport. The Bulls followed suit with a 40-34 win against the log leaders, the Glasgow Warriors. They had to dig a little deeper for that one. That was in Pretoria. While the Lions, they emerged victorious yet again with a 34-13 win over Cardiff in Johannesburg. So these results now have significant implications for the standings, but the Bulls in 4th place, the Stormers in 5th, and the Lions still hopeful for a top 8 finish, and it's looking like they can pull it off. Now we turn to tennis, and Novak Djokovic's hopes at the Italian Open were dashed as he suffered a, let's call it, surprising loss to Alejandro Tabilo. The world number 1 was convincingly beaten, in fact 6-2, 6-3 by the Chilean, and raising concerns about his form heading into a big one, the French Open. So the defeat comes after Djokovic was accidentally struck on the head by a water bottle following his second round win. Doubt it would have had much bearing, knowing the toughness of the man. But that's how it played out. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We will dig a little deeper into some of the subtext with Mitch Matiana in just a moment. But right now, let's get you prepped for the day ahead with, regarding the weather and, of course, those temperatures.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's start off with the South African Weather Service. They have not issued any warnings or alerts for today. Now, across South Africa, the weather is forecasted to be partly warm with cloudy conditions prevailing over large areas. Coastal provinces should anticipate morning fog patches, with autumn drawing to a close before winter officially arrives in just over a fortnight. Let's savor the tranquil weather while it lasts. And if you would love to share your morning view with us, do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063-408-8863. We will show them at 7 as well as at 8. But for now, let's take a first look at your temperatures for your Monday.
I'm going to ask a silly question. Is the Africa Burn anywhere close to Uppington? Because I think they should just maybe look at that combination at some point. Just come on. Well, whatever you got up to this weekend, I hope you are feeling fantastic. We had busy weekends, it looks like, so we're going to get into some of our weekend highlights in just a moment, yeah?
Yeah, we are indeed. There's lots to look forward to, and then we're still going to dive into that conversation about that big game that happened yesterday. If you're a United fan, I don't know how you're feeling, but we're going to get to have a counselling session for you and hopefully make you feel a bit better about the last few games happening in the league. But don't go anywhere, Mzansi. Great discussions coming through in just a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
If you only knew what went on behind the scenes. Well, it's time to find out what goes on behind the scenes as we take you into our weekend. I'm getting a feeling it was a very, very busy weekend. Everyone's kind of got that vibe about them this morning, like, whew, okay, back to terra firma. How was your weekend, young man?
It's good. It's always coming back on a Monday. I'm like, exactly that. It's like, let's just recalibrate. But it was so much fun. Started off with some training at Gaia always, so that's always great just to get the movement going. We had a class of like 14 women. Our women are just amazing at the moment, so I'm absolutely here for it. Yeah. And then I got a chance to surf as well, which was really cool. So this was the session outdoors. Check out these powerful ladies just go. I'm absolutely here for this. Our women in this gym right now are actually stronger than the men. It is so, so cool to see. And they're like really, really clapping it when it comes to the flows, when it comes to the movement. It's really empowering, I must say.
What, when you find your tribe, dude?
Yes, exactly that. We have definitely found the tribe. But as always, I had to do something for myself, so I got a surf in, which was amazing. Saturday was really awesome for that. Sunday morning, took the dogs out. So yeah, this is the surf session out at Muses. It was looking pretty decent last week as well. And got a chance to take the dogs out into the mountain, which is always good. That was a nice, like, reconnecting. And then just after that, just after the doggos got their turn to go out, I went out and then visited the family, had a beautiful Mother's Day lunch spread. My mom was there as well, and my mom and some of my aunts and family, so it was really cool. And shout out to my cousin, because my cousin Danwin literally has, like, all this decor just at a house, just waiting for these events. So it was this purple theme. Look at the spread that she put on. I was so impressed, but this is really, really what was the highlight of my weekend. Just seeing family, creating good memories, and Mother's Day was just absolutely special.
That's beautiful. That's awesome.
So we were worried you weren't going to come back. You started living like a nomad.
Yeah.
And just kept on going.
I went off the grid. No, it was amazing. So last week we drove through to Plet and we hiked the Otter Monday to Friday, which was so incredible.
Amazing.
It was a week of no cell phone reception. I remember when we parked at Nature's Valley where we left our car, I put my phone on aeroplane mode. That photo is in the Blowkrans River. We managed to make it in time for low tide crossing.
You didn't have to do a wet crossing.
Well, we still got wet, so I still done it.
Okay.
And I mean, I met the most incredible people. I mean, I knew 7, got to meet 4 new individuals, and that was us on our last night, just having a beer, watching the sunset on the beach. We did, I'm going to say we cheated. We did slack pack, where they carry your bag for you. And on the last night, We asked them for some boerewors and some rolls and cold beers and champagne
Well
and
played.
wine. We did do not the normal camping, but it was so worth it. It just felt so amazing. I mean, that coastline is incredible.
It's magical. Hey,
It
it's like
really is.
otherworldly. I think we forget. It's like how long do you feel like you've been away? Months.
I wish it didn't have to stop. I really wish I could have continued, just had a fresh bag of clothing every day. But it was such a beautiful experience. It was just so soothing to the soul. You know, it healed the broken heart that I had. So it was just such a well-timed trip.
Beautiful.
And
I'm
I've
so
seen
glad.
you glow and I've seen you smile, but this is something new, and I can get used to this. So
It's a nature lady.
Yeah,
Oh, nature
we'd
boy,
like
nature
another one.
girl.
I'm hoping for more of these excursions and activities because, wow, that looked like it fed the soul and brought you to absolute life. I love it.
It absolutely
It looks like you're selling something as well, man. I hope you were selling something through that content thread because amazing pictures. On that nature note, so I was fortunate enough on Friday night to host the inaugural State of Animal Welfare Address.
Brilliant. How
which
was that?
was amazing. In our purpose-driven space, we
Yeah.
all kind of dip our toes into that. Terrifying, sobering, a massive reality check, an incredible group of women there. And again, it's the ladies that are putting their hand up. They, I think, make up the core of the Four Paws team here in South Africa, who are kind of the tip of the spear in terms of uniting everyone across farming, across conservation, across domestic. It was terrifying to know how far we have gone down the wrong path. So when we highlight, and that's literally some of the pictures that were coming up there, I mean, I'm traumatized, and you've got to do it. You've got to swallow the bitter pill sometimes to know what's actually going on. But I've actually had to switch that off because of the weight of it. It's just so overbearing.
Really?
We've got to make some big decisions. But the joy of that evening, the political traction, to see political parties represented, putting their party politics aside to just be humans, to be animal lovers, to find out exactly what needs to happen to take all of this wonderful energy that's building now and give it traction in the real world, give it political impetus, actually get the legislation across what needs to happen. And the bottom line is, it's us that needs to be the shift here. Don't wait for a politician to do it. Don't wait for a conservation body to do it. If we don't change the way that we act and behave, things are going to go disastrously wrong. Or maybe we've already crossed that line and now we have to fix it. So that was sobering, but also empowering to see how far people are willing to go in that respect. And then yesterday morning, of course, I was covering the Absa Run Your City event, which was insane. There were so many amazing people just telling their story, doing their thing. And I happened to bump in, and I hope we've got a picture of this. Our incredible Lena and Bianca, so many of our team are actually running.
Yes.
So we'll see if we can find some pics and bring them up a little bit and chat to them about their race. But to feel an entire city moving like that was just absolutely amazing. And the crazy thing is the elite runners did it in less than half an hour, almost broke the record. The elite runners were faster than we could drive to get to the finish line. They beat us and we were in cars, okay? It puts it in perspective, but an incredible weekend to see people moving, to see action in this dominant space. It was like a watershed moment for me completely, man. Just crazy.
I happened to see that picture as well. I hope you can find it sometime. But I must say, shout out to Lerato, to Lena, to Wes and B for taking part in that 10K. I believe there was some firsts there as well. So I think for anybody that did attend something crazy this weekend, if you did that 10K, kudos to you. I'm putting my hands together. Well done. Using that beautiful vessel that you've been blessed with. And I'm proud to see these incredible activities happen on the weekend. It makes me so happy seeing people happy, seeing people have these opportunities. So Mzansi, I hope you got a chance to do that too and fill up your cup with some of that soul-filling, stimulating good stuff that we all get an opportunity to.
Well, there's so many ways you can fill your cup.
Please.
I mean, if you really want to fill your cup in a big way, this Monday you can also play the lotto. Now, this is the daily lotto for an estimated 480,000 Rand.
Sure.
That is the jackpot. Now, you stand a chance to make every day a payday.
All right, you got me listening now. You got me listening. And luckily, there are so many ways to buy your tickets, including in-store. There's the nationallottery.co.za website or the mobile app. Now, there's another way you can do it. You can also purchase your ticket through cell phone banking or simply dial *120 *7529# and follow the USSDs. Simple as that.
And while you're going and looking through all the amazing content on our social media platforms, you will find that information there as well. You can head over to the Expresso social media pages and go and check out all those details at your leisure. Just make sure you actually put yourself in the running to win and win big. 480,000 Rand could be yours. That's the daily lotto jackpot today. So go and try your luck and good luck. So we're going to see you in just a moment, and when we're back, I'm sorry for the Man United fans out there, we're going to chat a little bit of football and find out what went wrong last night, or maybe what went wrong this season. We'll do a little deep dive.
Yeah, and they were meeting, I believe it's Rivaldo and Akifa, ballroom dancing sensations, apparently taking us all by storm, and they've definitely done something incredible on the dance floor. We get to chat to them and find out more about this. I'm hoping they can teach me how to move my hips, because it's feeling stiff today. All that and a whole lot more.
If they're that good, dude.
Yeah. Just change your pants.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We're talking big sporting action right now, which is why we had to show you our main woman, the lady who's in our ear right now. Okay, Lena, we absolutely love you, but there are our girls. Let's take a little picture. There's Loretta, there's Wes, there's Bianca running their city yesterday morning, and they look so fresh after the race. I think I was sweating more just trying to find the finish line, but so proud of you guys. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Now you can understand why there is pressure on everyone in this team to like stay fit and try and do stuff, because everyone is doing it, man. So proud of you guys. Well done.
I am really proud of you, because those are like debutant 10K runners there, and to see a smile on their faces after 10Ks, that's incredible.
And those runners be sprinting those 10Ks. Like the elites use it as a kick practice. It's crazy, man.
Speaking about smiling faces, not many out in the room this morning. Did you really
Let's do
go
it.
there? You really go there now. It's my time. Gents, how are we doing after the weekend, honestly?
Okay, so let's set the scene here. Obviously, a massive derby and counting yesterday with so much riding on it for both teams. Very different narratives. Manchester United in a whole heap of trouble at the moment, especially their manager.
Yes.
Arsenal with an opportunity to do something miraculous, but it's not quite in their hands. How are we feeling? Who needs to moan and cry the most right now? Lorenzo, how are you?
Yeah, I got the blanket put on me by my future mom-in-law, and she was like, just, you know, enjoy yourself here on the couch and sleep.
Oh.
Because that was a bit of a problem for me watching that game. I must say, it was a world of two halves, if I can put it like that, but that's just putting the season into perspective. You've got a team that's on the brink of winning a league, possibly, and the other team that's performing and has the worst season they've ever had since Sir Alex Ferguson. And I hate bringing that up, but that's just what's happening.
And now, so that someone else can start their tenure without wasting any more time. Are we ignoring that fact? How are you feeling, man?
I think Ten Hag has done an okay job. But the thing is, this is Manchester United we're talking about. This is not some mid-table or bottom relegation.
Yeah, no, Brentford.
Shots fired,
But there's levels to this thing. And I think there's so many United fans who probably feel like they would like to go back to the god of fresh, clean slate, new management, new manager on the sideline. I think you can revive a new era in Manchester United. That's what I
Do you think that was what was maybe holding United back yesterday? Because the way I see this situation is you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You've got a team coming in with nothing to lose. They've done this before against a team as great as Liverpool even. They come and they cause chaos on these big moments.
Yeah.
Yet
You just put your hand on your chest.
Yes, I was like, I'm trying to figure this guy out.
Do you want to say that standing up?
Yeah.
Team as great.
As Liverpool. Yeah.
Apologies to my camera.
But that's the passion I have.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
as a United fan, I'm sure you must be frustrated seeing your team, knowing the potential, knowing that you should be on a day like that, having a bigger scoreline, I think, taking some risks. But yet, I didn't feel like I saw that yesterday. I don't know if you agree with me, but why is the reason I'm asking right now? Why are they not taking that risk?
Yeah, I can go from 1 to 10. Wait, sorry, 1 to 11. and put it there for you with the amount of injuries we have. But that's not that I have to use. And then you've got a Nana just like not dictating
fire,
in any way. There's no fire. There's nothing happening at the moment. And it's killing the team. Because if one player that's a senior player is not showing that he wants to be there for the team, the others can feel it. They're not going to play.
Especially with the younger players, man.
Yes.
You need that fire. They need that energy. One voice note has come through, and I'm hoping it's just sobbing. I hope you're just going to hear crying on the other side. No, I'm joking. Let's hear from this very brave soul this morning.
Good morning, Expresso. I think it was a very lackluster game. Although I'm a United supporter and we're missing several defenders, good luck to Arsenal on their win, and hopefully they can win the Premier League.
Feel the pain.
Sure, I could feel...
Lackluster.
You're all missing defenders, right? And one thing I want to say is that you're quite hard on Casemiro. That's a makeshift defensive role he's playing.
Yeah, he's a midfielder who's having to do other work.
I get that. But then at the end of the day, why are you playing him over there? We'll need to make a plan. We've seen with other teams where they'll need to go out and get players on loan. We've got younger players that want to play for the team. Why are we not doing it? Class of 1992, eh? Nothing coming through. What is happening
Thing
at
is,
the
we
moment?
between us know someone who's got Benny's number. Eh? We can phone Benny. Benny can phone the connection. We can make
but
it
also
happen.
the fitness, you know, whoever's doing fitness, they
I
must
love the way this whole conversation is playing out like Spurs are going to do anyone a favour when they play City this week. Let's take a quick look at some of the social media comments that have come through. Anyone crying, we put it to you guys to get your thoughts, of course, on this derby day and Arsenal holding sway. Let's see what y'all are saying.
Yeah, Vincent Muziwandi says, good morning, Expresso team. Manchester United, they need to renew the team. It's not that Red Devils we know. Arsenal, will end the season in position 2, and Man City will win the league. All right, already adding his predictions there, so he knows what's happening on Tuesday.
The writing's on the screen, the writing's on the wall, the writing's on our hand. Is there any way that City are going to lose this? Are we going to see Spurs do something because they haven't been there for the last few years? We have not seen a Spurs side that is showing so much promise, has at times, and beaten Man City 5-0, I think,
again.
At one point. Are we going to see that happen again? Can lightning strike twice?
Big Ange. You know, the
Love
thing
that
is,
guy, though. Love that guy.
You look at what Spurs did in the earlier of the season when they had two fullbacks.
We were top
playing
of the
centre-back.
league, bro, at one point.
It was amazing. When they played
How
against
did that
City, they
feel?
got a draw. It was exciting. We all loved Ange football because it was different. The high line, it was incredible pressing teams in their own half. And now, towards the back end of the season, there's a couple of errors happening, injuries also affecting them. With Man City, for some weird reason, it's like when Pep sees them, there's a kryptonite effect happening because he struggles to get one over Spurs. But this one might just be a bit different, man. I think the way City have been going under the radar, collecting their 3 points, scoring their goals, Spurs, this is going to be difficult.
And
I love it.
There's not a player in that City camp that you can call out now. That everyone is playing beautifully. They're playing for their coach. They're playing for their badge. They're playing for their teacher. It's just incredible, man. Incredible.
It is incredible, but gents, unlucky for yesterday. I really, truly...
I look forward to the week.
Look, it can only go up from here. Let's believe that.
try,
I do think that things will turn around. You still are one of the biggest clubs in the English Premier League, and I think that pressure alone will force you one way or another to get back to that top 4, and I feel for you right now. For you, Mzansi, if you are feeling these sorrows, then come through and weigh in on what you thought about the game yesterday. We'd love to hear your comments. We'd also love to plug you in on what to look forward to on your Feel Good Breakfast show right now. And let me tell you, ballroom dancers are taking over. Yes, indeed. And there's a lot to look forward to in your Feel Good Breakfast show. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. We're going to keep this show moving.
Join markets.com today. Start your journey to trading success and stand a chance of winning one of 2 iPhone 15s valued at 20,000 Rand each. With 6 global licenses, 4.7 million clients worldwide, and free insight on the markets from trading expert Ruan Landsberg, markets.com is where opportunity meets education. Download and sign up now on markets.com mobile app. And that competition ends Friday, the 17th of May. Good luck.
Take me on a date, I deserve it great. And don't forget the flowers every anniversary. Cause if you treat me right, I'll be the perfect wife. Buying groceries, buying what you need. You got that 9 to 5, but baby, so do I. So don't be thinking I'll be home and making out pies. I never learned to cook, but I can write a hook. Sing along with me, sing along with me. Hey, you gotta know how to treat me like a lady. Even when I'm acting crazy, tell me everything's alright. Dear future husband, here's a few things you'll need to know if you wanna be my one and only all my life. Makeba makes my body dance for ya. Makeba makes my body dance for you. Makeba. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. And we're going to welcome you now to the captivating world of ballroom dancing. Now, from elegant foxtrots to sizzling and sizzling Latin rhythms, we're about to delve into why ballroom dancing transcends artistry and becomes an exhilarating athletic adventure. And joining us this morning are dancers Rivaldo Isaacs and Akifa Parker, as well as their coach and owner of Melvin's Dance Studio, Melvin Wiener. It's great to have you all here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for bringing the sparkle. We love a little sparkle. I like the understated sparkle. Perfect for the gents. You guys look amazing. Just looking at the warm-ups has got me really, really excited. You've hit a gold mine, I think, with these two, because they are going to paint such a beautiful picture to other young dancers. So thank you for representing what you do. What got you into this? And I love the dance, not just for what you can do within that space, but it just plugs you into the most amazing world. But what was the kind of draw for you? Akifa, do you want to kick us off?
So I started dancing since I was 5.
Wow, okay.
And at that time, I didn't actually know why I was dancing. But as I got older, it was like about how you feel, man. It brought a connection to me, and it made me explore the world outside of my shell.
Brilliant.
It took me places, and it's just, it tells a lot, man. It makes you feel a lot.
Yeah.
Completely. I've got no musicality, and I fell in love with my wife through dance because of that feeling. I get it. Rivaldo, what has it given you? Because there is something, when you've got to be the male component of this dance pair, you've got to be strong, you've got to allow your partner to shine, but you've got to step up yourself. What do you get out of this incredible sport, man?
What I get out of this is that at first, I didn't know actually what it was about until I was there and noticed and witnessed what is happening. So it learned me a lot about being a gentleman and controlling and knowing your partner's next move. So if you don't know the next move, you won't know what to do next. So in any incidents where maybe step on the toe, you must know which way to go so that it's not a conflict and it's not something to notice.
Got to keep flowing, man. Got to keep flowing. I love that.
It's all about the flow. Melvin, you're owner, you're a head coach, you've seen many dancers come through your doors because you opened up your dancing studio in 1982.
Wow.
How does it feel seeing these young talent coming through your doors and seeing them opening doors for themselves?
Oh, it's amazing, you know, the passion that they have for dancing. It is really fantastic because this is such a unique dance. And you know what? I had a passion for this for so many years. I never stopped. I kept on going up till now.
You're still going?
It's still going.
Once it's in your blood, it stays there. I love that because there is the compound knowledge. You are taking generations worth of knowledge and plugging it into young dancers who are going to do it their way. And that's what I love, is that every dancer has their own kind of unique mannerisms, just their own spin, but you've got to work on it. Akifa, how much do you train to achieve the kind of results that you get?
We practice on a Monday and a Wednesday from 3:30 till 6.
Sure.
So basically, like the first half, 1.5 hours is ballroom, and then the other time is Latin. And then on a Saturday, if we're not doing competitions, we practice from 10 till 4.
Sure.
So
That's
it's
your
like a
whole day.
It's a plug in. Well, if you're going to do like 4 dances, 7 dances, 10 dances, the amount that you've got to, just from a fitness perspective, you've got to be on it.
Oh, Melvin, for anyone that perhaps, so I have to tell you, this was my mom's dream, to have myself and my brother become ballroom dancers, of course, as little kids. We were not interested in that at the age of 5. But I mean, there are a lot of people that are seeing them and that's going to see them perform and be like, oh my word, I would love to do that. I would love to get involved. How would you encourage them to, you know, go to their nearest dance studio? Why would you encourage them to learn the art of dancing?
I would encourage them to learn the art of dancing just because to see what it's like, you know. And with so many hours of practice and stuff like that, kids don't like that for being there for so long. But the dancers I have, they are used to that.
Yeah, you end up loving it.
They're used to that. Like Akiva said, it's when it's not competitions, then we practice from 10 till 4 the whole day.
But there is a social element here as well, which I absolutely love. And I think that was the greatest joy I was given about connecting with my gorgeous wife and being kind of drawn into this dance world. There's just amazing people everywhere. What advice, Rivaldo, maybe I'll throw this to you finally, for other young dancers wanting to make their mark and embrace something that is just so cool, man. What advice do you have for young dancers out there?
My advice is quite simple. It's just that ballroom, it helps you in a lot of places, and being out in the streets is not actually beneficial because you are now exposed to a lot of gangsterism and all that. So rather go dancing and do something with your life so that you can end up somewhere in life. Because if you're not doing it for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you.
Maybe end up an SA champion. Maybe end up a global champion. Ooh, now her eyes have lit up. I love it. We're going to see Rivaldo and Akifa performing just a moment. You can call it a sport, but it is an art form and is exquisite to see unfold. And these two incredible dancers are going to be doing their thing just for you in a moment, so don't stray too far.
Well, before we get to see that dance, you get to see us dance right here in the kitchen because we're going to be reinventing favorites this morning with these, listen to this, dumpling nachos. Yeah, you heard correctly. Dumpling nachos that are not only delicious, but also easy on the pocket, which I think is making them perfect for, let's call it a student budget, right? So this is definitely something that is packed with flavor, and we've also added a crispy texture to it. So I think these nachos are sure to be a hit at any gathering or just as a tasty snack for yourself. So I've got to bring in a professional for this one, someone that really knows their way around the kitchen, and I'm talking about the one and only Gabriella. Dun, dun, dun.
Today.
You get your own entrance and everything. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, good. Happy Monday morning, fresh with good energy, I hope.
Absolutely.
Love
always,
it.
Always.
New energy, new Monday, a new week, and new recipes, which
Yes.
I'm loving. We're mixing nachos and dumplings.
I know. We're
Are you
doing
crazy?
just for funsies.
I
you know?
love this. So let's get into it because I
Yes.
think there's a lot going on here. We've got
Yes.
like 2 sides to it as well.
Yes.
What side are we going to be on? Where are you starting on
So we're going to start this side. So
Okay.
pretty much what we're doing is we are making almost like with this kind of spring roll pastry.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much you're going to cook over, because I think people are thinking like, how are we going to cook this? So
I'm trying to picture myself like a nacho and a dumpling. I'm like, are the dumplings going to be laid over the nachos? Like,
it's
I
more
can't
like
figure
the
it out.
flavor of the nachos afterwards as well. And
Okay.
you've got all your extra goodies. So it's super simple. So I know it sounds a bit stressful, but it's actually really easy. So we are going with pork mince this morning.
Nice.
And I've got some chili oil over here, which we're going to put in here. And I've got some soy sauce, spring onion, salt, and the egg is what's going to bind it.
All right.
So we're just going to literally put this in there, crack the egg in, which I'm not going to mess everywhere.
Should I put the pan on heat so long for you?
Please put the pan in, because I want it to be
Get that
hot.
going. Nice and hot.
So we got our egg in here, and pretty much all we're going to be doing is kind of stirring this all together. If you want to, you can also use your hands. I just know that I need to use them to...
Yeah, and it gets messy afterwards. But I
does
think
get
it's
messy
easier to use
afterwards.
them. But for now, yeah, let's avoid all the mess this early in the morning if we can.
Not mentally ready for that. Mentally ready for Monday, but not that right now.
Yes, that is true.
So we pretty much literally just stirring this all together. And then what we've got here is we've got our little sheets. We're using the spring roll sheets today.
I was going to ask you, where do you get these sheets? What are they? But these are spring roll sheets. That makes
Yes.
sense.
So
Okay.
I'm just thinking now that I'm using different sheets, I'm going to cut them in. I'm going to put some of the mince on in the one side.
Yeah.
And basically, what we are doing is we are actually frying them open so that we can cook the meat. Otherwise, you know, if we wrap it, it's going to be a bit too... Then you would have to kind of
the
pre-cook
heat's
the
not
meat.
really going to get all the way in
Yeah,
there.
and then we're not actually really getting the nacho crispy vibe, you know?
Okay.
So I'm going to cut this into a triangle, you can see here. Just
Still
like
trying to
this.
picture where this is going. I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's starting to slowly make sense and reveal
so
itself, I
we've got
think.
this in a triangle, because basically, I mean, you can see the finished dish. We're going to slowly but surely kind of put this on top of the pan to kind of cook the mince through, the mince through,
through,
you know?
all right.
So we've got a dry pan here. I'm actually just going to add a little bit of this extra chili oil on it, just so I've got some oil and some flavor.
But I can do you one better, right? Because obviously, with our hero ingredient this morning, we are going to be talking about that in just a bit. For
Yes.
you, Mzansi, another little tip for you is to keep the cost down. You can consider using ground beef or chicken instead of pork mince. And you can also customize the toppings with what you have on hand, such as maybe using regular mayo, or you can even experiment with different toppings to suit your taste preference. So try adding sliced jalapenos for an extra kick, or diced avo for creaminess, or you can sprinkle some grated cheese for a gooey finish too. So, like I said, I've got you covered. You don't have to worry about the oil because
I was going to say,
I've
we need
got
some
of
oil.
that good stuff right here.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Thank
So
you.
you can definitely use some of that.
Thank you.
Because this is what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Get the real oil in there. We're using olive pride for this
because,
one.
Yeah, we want to crisp it up nicely, you know?
Yes, and a reminder, Mzansi, if this is getting complicated for you right now, we're only halfway through, but you can get this recipe on expressoshow.com. You can head through there right now if this is slowly not starting to make sense, but don't worry, Gabby's still here taking us through the step by step.
It's going to make sense now.
Yes, so far so good.
And it's not going to collapse.
I think we can crack this so far, yeah. Okay, so we got the oil in the pan. The pan should be hot.
Yeah, the pan is good now. This is looking good, especially, you know, a little trick is when you can see your oil is moving around like this quite quickly, then you know it's hot enough.
All right, instead of slowly dancing around the pan.
Exactly. So we're going to gently now just pop this in our pan like this. So you see then the edges are going to crisp up, which is quite nice.
Ooh, so that's going to add a little bit of crispiness, right?
Yes.
And that texture that we want.
Yeah, so that's going to crisp up your paper. Then you kind of understanding the whole nacho vibe.
Yes, it all makes sense.
So because we're using a slightly bigger sheet now, you can also use the wonton wrappers, which are slightly smaller. And we can have now like a big chip here, basically.
Yes,
that's
like
a bit
a
bigger.
boat of goodness just going through into the good stuff. Oh, that's perfect. I
And then,
love
we
this.
basically want to cook this for about 3 minutes or so, or 2 to 3 minutes, so that your pork is kind of cooked through. You know, if you're someone that doesn't like it to be overcooked, then, you know, But I mean, that's pretty much the recipe. We're gonna let it sit now and cook for a little while.
I couldn't figure it out, but it's so simple and
it's
so
sitting up
effective.
nicely. And then again, if you had to use the wonton wrappers, then you would just add a little bit of water just to do an extra steaming thing. But because we're using this kind of paper today, then this is, or paper, this kind of pastry.
This
will
kind
just
of
cook
works
it by itself, you know?
So you essentially wait until you're happy with
Yeah, so
how
I'm gonna-
far cooked through the meters, and
Yeah, I
then
wanna
we're
have
pretty
a
much
little-
done.
Yeah, so it's still looking a little bit...
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium rare. So we
Yeah.
can call this one's to your preference, of course. And do we never actually turn this over? We
are going to turn this over.
Okay, well,
because we
that'll be
wanna
like the
still crisp
final
it up.
phase.
Yeah, I just want the meat to cook. I mean, I'll give you a little flip-see so you can see for now. I just don't actually have a tongue.
But what it does do is paints a picture for me of like almost blanketing the heat within the, oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
so I would still do it a bit longer because you can still see the meat's
Yeah.
a little bit raw, but just so you can see the sake of
this,
turning it over.
This makes so much sense because it's almost like it's encapsulating all the heat within the
absolutely.
paper as well at the
Yes.
same time. So it's kind of steaming it and cooking
Yes,
it all
exactly.
together.
So I'm still going to leave that one just to cook a little bit longer because I want it to be a bit more crispy vibe.
Crispy, but
And
it's
again,
still
if
going to
you-
keep the mince
Yes.
so moist and so good.
Exactly, and then that again, so if you had to use your wonton wrappers, you would put a little bit of water in this and put a lid on just to continue the steaming of the pastry, and then you would actually let that water reduce, could add a little bit more of your olive oil and then, you know, olive pride.
So simple, actually. All right.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And then we obviously have our ready-made one,
Yeah.
which we've got some nice little toppings on. Then you can zhuzh it up with your mayonnaise, with your, you know, with your coriander, with all the good stuff as well as your little decoration. So, do you wanna see the finished product? So you guys can, at least
I'm
understand.
just blown away. Like this
what it
actually
looks
worked.
like.
It came together better than I actually thought, and I love the inspiration of how everything is balanced so
Yes.
subtly together.
So you can
Well
see our
played.
chip is like getting nice and crispy here now.
It is amazing. This is gonna blow. If you were to offer your guests nachos like this, your
I know,
guests would be
your-
blown away.
You like nachos, you like, but my nachos.
But
like,
my
check
nachos, this
out.
will be like, this is going to become your thing. Of course, Mzansi, get this recipe at expressoshow.com. I'm talking about blowing your guests away, blowing their minds, and blowing their stomach sensations. And
There we
speaking
go.
about blowing away minds, we've got some dancers standing by right now doing exactly that, standing by to entertain you. And I mean, look at their move, absolutely incredible. So you, Mzansi, don't need to go anywhere. They're going to be practicing right now and getting ready to entertain you. We'll see you after this. Oh, this looks good.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be mesmerized as we witness the extraordinary talent of Rivaldo and Akifa. With precision, grace, and undeniable chemistry, they are about to take us on a thrilling journey through the captivating world of ballroom dance. The floor is yours.
Makeba makes my body dance for you. Makeba gonna get up. Makeba makes my body dance for you. Makeba gonna get up. Makeba makes my body dance for you. Makeba gonna get up. Makeba makes my body dance for you. I wanna hear your breath just next to my soul. I wanna feel your breath without any rest. I wanna see you sing. I wanna see you fight. 'Cause you are the real beauty of human rights. Makeba gonna get up. Makeba makes my body dance for you. Makeba gonna get up. Makeba makes my body dance for you. 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 Makeba makes my body dance for you.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, we get the final spin and the bow. Now I'm coming in with the microphone to really test your fitness, because now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. How do you feel? Okay, Rivaldo, I'm going to start off with you. Your favorite style of dancing, because what you guys have just shown us is absolutely incredible. The way you move, the way you dance, and we just obviously want to know a little bit more.
Okay, so my favorite dance is the cha-cha and the jive. The jive is mostly energetic, and we practice for this, so it's quite normal for us. It's an everyday thing.
Oh, and for you, Akifa, I wanted to know, when it comes to the choice of music, how much say do you have in that?
I never have any say.
Okay. And for you, your favorite style of dancing?
Mine is the samba and the rumba.
Okay.
It's more like of eye contact and the dance of love.
Okay, okay. The passion needs to be there. And tell me, how long have the two of you been dance partners?
I think 4 years now.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. So the two of you obviously make a great dancing team, and I think it's absolutely amazing. If I can have this microphone again, do you mind showing us a little something? Like if someone has to ask you now to just do a little bit of a dance, what is your go-to? What would you say is your go-to?
I would say rumba.
The rumba? Yes. Do you want to give us a little demonstration of the rumba? Oh, look at that. And this is definitely impromptu. Absolutely amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Akifa and Rivaldo on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And of course, they are from Melvin's Dance Studio. So if you want to know more about them, head on over to Melvin's Dance Studio social media. And can we give these two incredible and talented dancers another round of applause? There we go. That was incredible. Well done. Thank you.
Don't you wish you could just like move your hips like that? There's no bones in those things, eh?
I used to be able to, a long time ago.
You did?
3 children.
Oh, wow.
Long ago. Now they don't move, now they just click, click, click every morning.
I feel you on the clicks right now, but what we can get right is what we were doing in the kitchen, and we were putting together something incredible. Nacho dumplings.
Yes.
We were talking about how to get the meat cooked through, and we just finished off in the pan.
Yes.
But it looks like we've completed
Now we need to judge.
Oh, how do we
ran
judge?
out of mayo.
But you could use anything that you prefer,
so,
right?
What we've just got here is we've got a little bit of sesame seeds.
Okay.
Which I'm just going to do this. Again, I feel like it needs a sauce. That's just me. But I like saucy things. So that's
All right, got you.
Probably why.
And then we got some spring onion.
Nice spring onion. Maybe you being... fat conscious today. We're just going to keep it lean.
No, I'm waiting to eat, but I'm like waiting for the perfect serve before I tuck into this. So I'm waiting for these final zhuzh moments.
But I want you to tuck into the actual saucy one.
Okay, so you suggested the saucy version instead. I'm going to tuck into both and see. But like I said, Mzansi, look at this. It looks absolutely incredible. We have taken a nacho, turned it into a dumpling, and brought you something from the future. Oh, I get to do the honors. Whoa!
Nice, eh? Bit of spice, which is nice.
Okay, the mayo really helps. But let me tell you, this recipe together, wow! It's like I've traveled the world, gone to Asia and back, and I brought all the good stuff with me, and I put it in my mouth. That's what's happening right now, Mzansi.
I'm so glad.
ExpressoShow.com if you want to show off and do this for your guests, which I think you definitely should, because wow, it is incredible. Gabby, well played.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Appreciate it.
great job.
Thank you.
Mzansi, official duties must commence, but while that happens, I'm going to tuck into the rest of this, and wow, this is really, really good. Enjoy.
Well, seeing as that young man's mouth is very full at the moment, I'll handle the news duties right now. A little bit early, but we've got a lot to get through, so let's get cracking. We start here in South Africa, where the HIV Research Institute of South Africa says the increase in tuberculosis cases is increasing at an alarming rate. Now, one person dies every 10 minutes from this disease. Let that sink in. The highest prevalence of TB is in the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. And last week, a tuberculosis vaccination program was launched in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape, and research specialist Dr. Pauline Howell asked people aged between 15 and 44 to participate in the program. She says the vaccine given after birth only protects people during childhood, so a revamp of the system clearly needed. Now, sadly, the death toll in the George building collapse tragedy in the Western Cape presently stands at 20. At least 32 workers are still unaccounted for as rescue efforts continue at the site. Now, it's been nearly a week since the multi-story building under construction collapsed. Police Minister Bheki Cele says officials will thoroughly investigate the cause of the tragedy to bring closure to the families of the victims. And he visited the site yesterday and met with family members of those still missing. And once again, we send our thoughts and prayers to all those affected. Now, on the international news front, this dominating this morning, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres yesterday urged an immediate halt to the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, the return of hostages, and a surge in humanitarian aid to the besieged Palestinians. And we quote, "I call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, unconditional release of all hostages, and an immediate surge in that humanitarian aid." Guterres, of course, being quoted there. Meanwhile, Israel's strikes on Gaza continued yesterday after an expanded on evacuation order for Rafah, despite an international outcry over its military incursion into the city. Israel's retaliatory offense has now claimed 34,971 lives in Gaza, mostly women and children at this stage. Now, more than 100 people have been kidnapped in Nigeria after attackers raided 3 villages in the northwest of the country. The raids were carried out in the state of Zamfara. The kidnappings took place despite payments being made to gangs for protection in February. Now, mass kidnappings in Nigeria occur repeatedly when gangs attack schools and villages and demand a ransom for the people that they have kidnapped. Now, finally, we round off on a rather strange note. Swiss singer Nemo, of course, won the highly anticipated Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö in Sweden this past weekend with the song The Code. Now, Croatia, which led the public vote, came second with a raucous party anthem, Rum Tum Tagidim. Go and check it out. And then the Ukraine's Alyona Alyonant and Jerry Hale came third with their song Teresa and Maria. But this year's contest was, of course, overshadowed by protests over Israel's participation amid the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. And whether Israel's entrant, the 20-year-old singer Eden Golan, eventually secured the fifth spot. At the end of the evening, disaster struck literally when, in the victory speech, Nemo broke the contest's infamous crystal microphone trophy, which appeared to just fall to the stage as it was waved around in the triumph. You can take what you will from that moment in time. But a global spectacle, I suppose, wrapping up in the only way that it can. Well, speaking of global spectacles, it's not often that the whole world is watching the English Premier League, but I think a few eyes turned that way. Let's get the tail of the tape from Ryle right now.
Oh, yes, thank you so much, G-Man, and so much to get through from all the classics this weekend. And starting with football, now, Arsenal revived their Premier League title hopes with a crucial victory over Manchester United. Now, Leandro Trossard's goal in the 20th minute secured a hard-fought 1-0 win for the Gunners, who had struggled at Old Trafford in the past. Now, this victory propelled Arsenal back to the top of the table, edging them 1 point ahead of their rivals. Now, although Manchester City still holds the fate of the title, Arsenal's win puts pressure on them ahead of their upcoming match against Tottenham. While from football, we move over to rugby, and Springbok women's head coach Louis Kuhn praised these teams' structured approach in their final match of the Rugby's Africa Women's Cup. Now, the victory over Madagascar not only confirmed their qualification for the Rugby World Cup 2025, but also secured their entry into the, the top two teams coming through for that squad that will be announced. Now, our ladies defended their title as African champions with a 46-17 win over Madagascar, maintaining their unbeaten record at Stade Marquis in Antananarivo for 6 consecutive tests. Well, we stick to rugby news right now, and the Bulls, Stormers and Lions secured valuable bonus point victories in the URC, keeping them in the race for the quarterfinals. Now, the Stormers delivered a strong second-half performance, defeating the Dragons 44-21 in Newport. Now, the Bulls followed suit with a 40-34 win against the log leaders, the Glasgow Warriors in Pretoria, while the Lions emerged victorious with a 34-13 win over Cardiff in Johannesburg. Now, these results have significant implications for the standings, with the Bulls in 4th place, the Stormers in 5th, and the Lions still hopeful for a top 8th finish. Now, lastly, in sporting news, tennis action, and Novak Djokovic's hopes at the Italian Open were dashed as he suffered a surprising loss to Alessandro Torbillo. Now, the world number 1 was convincingly beaten 6-2, 6-3 by the Chilean, raising concerns about his form heading into the French Open. Now, this defeat comes after Djokovic was accidentally struck on the head by a water bottle following his second round win. Well, that's all the sporting action I have for you right now. We'll do it all again in an hour, but many of you heading out on the roads, and Zoe has the latest when it comes to traffic.
Thank you, Raul. Let's start off with traffic in Woodlands, Johannesburg. There's a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound. It's before Bekloo interchange. One lane is closed. Please drive carefully. And if you're in Germiston, Johannesburg, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 eastbound after Rondebolt. The right lane is closed. Approach with caution the affected area. And that's your traffic for this morning. Let's take another look at your weather. And we start off with the South African Weather Service has not issued any warnings or alerts for today. Across South Africa, the weather is forecast to be partly warm with cloudy conditions prevailing over large areas. Coastal provinces should anticipate morning fog patches with autumn drawing to a close before winter officially arrives in just over a fortnight. Let's savor the tranquil weather while it lasts. Well, we also love a beautiful sunrise view, and this morning is no different. Nikki from Gordons Bay is kicking us off with a beautiful sunrise view. Look at those clouds and the colors in the sky. Well, if you would love to be like Nikki and send us a picture, feel free to do so. Our number is 063-408-8863. Let's take another look at your temperatures for today.
matter of a derby game that obviously affected a lot of people emotionally, physically, mentally. I think people are spent whenever Man United play Arsenal. There's always high stakes, but this one particularly high in the context of the seasons that they're having. And of course, Arsenal walked away 1-0 winners. So we had to open up just to let you process your grief, if you will.
Yeah, so we asked for comments, we asked for voice notes, and y'all have come through. We have to sift through it all. But let's start off with a voice note. This one's from Anonymous. Let's see what they have to say.
Good day, guys. Man United needs to be reshuffled. Everything they need to restart afresh. Technical team, coaching staff, new players.
I feel for these fans. It feels like they've given up. I know that's a drastic thing to say, but it's almost like whatever's working, we're giving up on it. We need to start a fresh, clean slate.
You say literally a clean slate. That's absolutely everybody.
That's a tough space to be in, honestly.
If you've grown up, and you will know this, if you're a die-hard Liverpool supporter, I'm surprised you didn't go anonymous there. Very disappointed in Manchester United. If they can beat Liverpool, they don't care where they end up on the Premier League table. Arsenal is playing very impressive football. Hope they win the league.
Mark, this is exactly what I was talking about. How does United come up against Liverpool and dominate on these big moments, but they're so inconsistent when it comes to these big moments? They have the ability to take on the best teams in the world, but the very next day they could lose 8-0 against them.
Yeah, and listen, I've been a Spurs supporter my whole life. I understand you. I understand where you're coming from. Take a look at a little gander at this table. So Arsenal, they've done everything they can, and I think this kind of smacks of last season as well, where you feel like, what more could they do? Well, there's very little they can do because it's in Man City's hands, undoubtedly. And of course, these two, Tottenham and City, with so much riding in it. European football, lots of money investing in these two positions here. Aston Villa have just been a revelation, but not the best run into this final phase of the season. But look at those red crosses there next to Tottenham.
This is my thing. We've got
How's that going to be that?
So Spurs, with a current 4-game losing streak, have to take on Man City, who don't even know how to lose anymore.
And
but
it doesn't matter which Man City team is playing either, whether it's their first squad or their second squad, no one cares. Maybe they'll get their financial regulations ban and they'll be relegated, I don't know. But at the moment, it looks like City is in the pound seat. But you can share. This is a safe place. If you want to be anonymous, i.e. if you're a Spurs supporter, you can do that. It's okay. We want to hear from you this morning. Drop us a voice note. How do you feel about the derby action and the run-in in the English Premier League? We'd love to hear from you.
Come on, you Spurs.
Oh, well, we are also asking, will this Monday be your big payday? Well, if you play Lotto, Daily Lotto, for an estimated 480,000 Rand, that jackpot, well, you can find out. Now, you can stand a chance to make every day a payday. And luckily, there are so many ways for you to buy your tickets, including going in-store. You can buy your ticket on the nationallottery.co.za website, or the mobile app. You can also purchase a ticket through cell phone banking or by dialing *120 *7529# for USSD. And all of these details, don't worry, it's available on Expresso social media pages, so you can just go and check them out for whenever you need to know how you can win big. Will that 48,000 Rand, in fact 480,000 Rand estimated daily lotto jackpot be yours? Well, you have to ponder, push a play now to find out. Well, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, Milnerton High School, they took part in the 5FM War Cry Champs, and they are here to join us. And of course, Kuhle attends a stationery drop. So we've also got a beautiful story to share with you. That and a whole lot more still on its way.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Not that we have to remind you, but South Africa is a beautiful country. I think the best in the world, undoubtedly. One of the things that makes us special is our gees. You can only say it like that. It exemplifies within our schools and certainly within our school war cry culture. Next level in SA at the moment. And 2024 marked the launch of the 5-Drive War Cry Championship. And I don't think Nick understood what he was opening up when he did this. Yeah, we've seen St. Stithians Girls College coming out tops. They were amazing. But here's a reminder of their particular performance. Take a little gander at this.
Ride with the mob, hum to voila, check with the team do your job, Saints is the name, we're bringing the A-Day, others can watch but they know they ain't the same. Ride with the mob, hum to voila, check with the team do your job, Saints is the name, we're bringing the A-Day. Ride with the mob, hum to voila, check with the team do your job, Saints is the name, we're bringing the A-Day.
So angry, so fired up. Them's fighting words. We absolutely love that. Now, there is another school that is also making waves, and congratulations to the Saints ladies. Got to put that out there, but a few schools have put their hand up, and we are joined right now by the leaders of the Milnerton High School Spirit and Sport team, who entered the 5-Drive War Cry Championship to talk about their experience and the culture in their incredible school, because they are doing something at the moment. Their performances on the sporting field speak volumes to the spirit that's being generated. We've got Adrian, we've got Leabona, Keegan, and JP. Normally you would be standing up bouncing by now, so thank you for keeping the energy under wraps. There is something magical happening at your school at the moment, and I would imagine you're a part of that spirit, that culture. In fact, it might stem from you guys. So I don't know who wants to take this question, but I'd love to, if you could, describe your squad in a few words.
I'll do it. I would say that we are determined, as we have like a common goal, and we are willing to do anything within our power to achieve that goal. And then I would say that we are also very expressive and passionate, because we know how to bring the vibes, and the community and the learners at our school know that we love doing what we do.
Clearly, the passion is there. I can see the fire smoldering, okay? That was a little aggressive, like we'll do anything, okay, to win this, but you need that. I can remember moments on the sporting field or moments culturally performing a play where you need that kiss from your school. What inspired you guys to join this particular challenge? Because, I mean, we've seen the quality, we've seen what's put out there, or maybe that is the answer. I don't know who wants to take that, but what was the drive to go out there and do this?
So I'll take that question. I think that in previous years, there hasn't been any proper support for the athletes on Saturdays or during the week. So our goal...
I like the fact that you're taking ownership of that, dude. That's cool, man.
So just to take that to the next level was definitely the goal. And I mean, having support on the sidelines on Saturdays really gets you over that line, you know? And I mean, it's working. The first team's performing quite well.
Quite well. They're smashing the big boys. I love it. Now, I don't want to say punching above your weight class, because when we look at the resources available to some of the schools knocking around in the southern suburbs here, we get it. We understand that disparity. It's amazing. You're giving, but you're also receiving. There is something very special about being a part of an amazing team. I get it every day from my cheerleaders around us. We've got the most amazing team. You guys take it to another level. What have you guys gotten from this experience?
Like in our high school career, for me, I would say that being part of Spirit and Sport has made high school a lot more enjoyable. I would say that I've made so many friendships, so many more memories, and I've also made friendships in a portfolio that I didn't think I would, but I've also made friendships with learners that we get to interact with.
I love it, and it becomes your tribe. I keep using that word today, but there's a spirit of togetherness at the moment. Oh, man, you can... and you've got a little bit of swag to go with it as well, which does help. That speaks volumes. It's a Cape Town vibe. I love that. So what's the go-to here? Leabona, maybe you want to fire off. How do you get that plug in? What do you do to get everyone as fired up as you do?
I think, obviously, we try to motivate the students to come join us on the rugby days and come cheer with us. And we try to make it as most fun experience for them as possible so that they enjoy it as much as we do. So I think that's basically the factor that like gets them to, the spirit in them to like ignite.
JP, I'm going to round up with you. What do you need to do to win this whole thing, man? When you look at the quality of what's been put out there so far, we congratulate our winners, but right across the board, I don't think one school has disappointed. How can you guys take this to another level?
I think we just have to continue doing what we're doing. I think we're on the right foot.
Yeah.
I think we all matric, so we're leaving soon. But I think we're leaving a good tradition behind, and I think the juniors that we do have, they'll take us further. So.
What a mantle to carry forward, but I know what this means to the athletes, to the people that are taking part. Is there one particular song that gets the school going? What is that thing? Because every school has that one plug-in. Once you hear it, you know, you feel, and the team feels it. What would that be for Milnerton, do you think?
That's our war cry. It's
Yeah.
called Better.
Better. Oh, man. Well, we are going to learn it, and we are going to perform it, and you are going to see it. Maybe we can get Nick Hammond and his amazing team to reverse a little bit on their decision. But you guys are doing phenomenally well, not just for the team, but for the school itself. There is something miraculous when that culture shines through. Everyone knows where they stand, and that's a beautiful thing. It's inclusive, and it's awesome to be able to see this play out in a school that really, really is doing amazing things at the moment. So keep it up. We absolutely love the gees, and we're going to plug you into that gees. So I'm going to suggest you move the coffee tables out the way, stand up, and get ready for the blood to pump. But well done, guys.
Thank you. Well, we're just all going to gather our thoughts and, of course, catch our breaths, because BIG's mission, if you're wondering what that is, it is empowerment through education, and their commitment while donating 1 million pens and pencils to schools every year. At Mandio High School in Johannesburg, they ignite a potential by providing essential stationery for an inspiring school year. And Kuhle visited firsthand how this has helped students script stories of success, one pen stroke at a time.
BIG is committed to donating 1 million pens and pencils for its Buy a Pen, Donate a Pen initiative under the slogan, Together we can make a difference. This initiative aims to provide students with the necessary writing tools to help them complete the school year. And today we are at Mondio High School to do just that. Ms. Chapman, thank you so much for welcoming us at your beautiful school. Let's get into the importance of quality education to help enrich the lives of the youth. Why is school so important?
You know, our country has got such a huge unemployment rate, and getting a matric is not even a guarantee for getting a job, but it does give you a door open into other walks of life. And also schooling teaches children socialization. We teach them sporting and cultural skills. So, you know, I think you're a more rounded person by the time you finish an education at a high school. And obviously, the better the quality education, the more doors are open for you.
Ms. Burgers, please tell us more about some of the resources that learners lack, resulting in them dropping out of school.
Firstly, I think in terms of their personal financial burdens, issues that they struggle with, it's definitely books, stationery, adequate food for just a day at school. Getting to school, transport arrangements, they all struggle with that. Even in terms of uniform, these are things that especially some of our learners struggle with. So I think it's just, for most of them, it's easier not to attend school. It's less of a burden for them to fight every single day to try and get themselves to school.
We do have children that struggle to get stationery, so it will be a big blessing to them to have a pen. When we write exams, we will have extra pens so that if the children's pens stop working, we'll have supplies. And, you know, any support the children get really does help, because the parents, some of them are struggling financially, and we're very grateful to BIG for giving us this donation, because it will go a long way for the teachers when they mark and for the children when they're working in class.
Being at Mondio High School is just so exciting, seeing all the learners and the teachers as well as the principal being excited to receive this handover from Big. And it's just taking me back to the good old days when I was in high school, which was not too long ago, by the way. 11 years ago.
On behalf of myself and the school, I would like to say thank you to Big for the donation of the stationery, knowing that like it gives us a chance to express our thoughts and our creativity. It is just amazing that, you know, what a pen can do, contracts, writing, matrix, you know, like matrix like get distinctions through the power of the pen, and through the power of the pen it can change lives, it can change situations, and that is the wonderful thing. I like to say to Big, like, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I am very much appreciative, and I will make use and get distinctions, you know, of my pen, all thanks to Big.
This donation will have a positive impact on the school and the learners and the teachers all together. There's so many other aspects of life that students have to combat, and the last thing you want to worry about as a pupil is the stationery that you're going to use to excel in your academics.
Ms. Burgers, what would you say is the ultimate reward for being an educator here at Mondio High School?
For me, it is seeing that metaphorical light bulb go off in those learners in class. Absolutely. Just to know that I make a difference for them to confide in me, for them to feel safe in the classroom, that is very rewarding.
To date, Big has donated over 16 million writing tools. The pen donation drives as well as the edutainment roadshows that Big rolls out aims to put stationery into the hands of our youth as well as provide them with the hope and encouragement to finish their school year.
Oh, what an incredible initiative. Hand in hand, Big, they are providing our youth with the necessary means to show up and confidently achieve their schooling needs.
Okay, so of course Milton have been doing amazing things on the sporting field and next to the sporting field and developing a lot of gees, and we love that. So we thought we'd let some of that rub off on us this morning. So JP, Keegan and Adrian have very kindly offered to plug us into the gees. So you're going to teach us your go-to fire starter this morning. How does it feel knowing how hard you guys have worked to get the whole school to rally to this cry, when you do get everyone out there, when you get this right and you've got the whole school singing this in unison, how does that feel?
To us, I'd say it feels really rewarding because we work really hard trying to get the school spirit up, and then seeing the learners at the school participate, and it just brings the vibe, helps with the school spirit, and brings, like I said over there, unity amongst everybody.
You know what it does for me? Like someone from the outside, it actually makes me, in a positive way, envious. Because I see you guys do this cry. At the end of it, you're all like, yeah, like powered up, like super sense. Like, I want that energy. I want that vibe.
Your hair's floating.
And I think that's why G and I are here right now. Because we want to see if we can share some of that vibe with the rest of Mzansi. Maybe us as well. Because I don't think you guys realize that you're one of very few schools that actually has such an incredible, let's call it gees, let's call it vibe. And I really think this is testament to why Milnerton is just dominating this year. Let's be honest, you guys are doing incredible things, like she said, on and off the field. So let's see how good you are at teaching the skills that you have. You guys are good at actioning it, but can you teach those that can't move and aren't that good at dancing to be a part of the gees? Challenge accepted?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so gents, take us through what we need to do here. Okay.
Okay, so we start off with, so we'll shout better.
Okay.
Then you go who, then better who, and then we'll go Mullies. You can say Mullies, Mullies, Mullies. Yes, 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 yes. So basically, you just repeat us. It's only in the beginning, we'll go better and you'll go who.
Okay.
And you repeat us
and then after that, we just repeat you.
Yes.
And do we do it as like loud as possible?
Yes.
I see, but you start off with like something soft and then you turn it up.
JP, do we bring the bass now? Is this where we've got the bass? Because you've got to prove.
And formations and stuff, positioning, how do you guys stand normally for something like this?
So we'll usually stand in a circle.
Okay.
Like we'll do half a circle now, obviously.
Well, think of the whole circle being the nation and us.
Oh,
we've just made the whole country one big circle. Okay.
Where do we stand? Am I in the right position?
Stand in the middle.
Let's get in the middle here with the men, sir. All right.
Let's
get it going.
Okay, are we on the same side on the...
Are we on the same side? Are we all?
Are you hooing and okay?
You guys are wing.
Are we the whoers?
I'm a
Okay.
hooer.
Mzansi, feel free to join in right now. Don't worry about the neighbors next door. Let's make some noise.
Decide if you're a better or a who. We can do this. We can do this. All right.
All right, Millies, we're ready in 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Better who? Better who? Millies, 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 Millies. Yes, 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 yes.
I feel like I'm taking with the world right now. Whoa.
You know what? I left some hairs in my little toe. There's a little bit of hairs here that I've got to get out. Can we do one more?
Can I do one more? And hang on, guys. You didn't tell us about the dance moves at the start. The little show me. What's that all about? You bringing up the energy. Can we get on board from the start now? So that's just a little...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mzansi, you ready for
And
this
that
one?
little
G-Man.
you can imagine 700 kids going, shh. That's
All
going to
right.
scare someone right out of their socks. I love this.
Get in here. Get
Right.
in here. Get involved. All right, let's do this.
Okay, okay.
3, 2, 1.
1.
One, two, three.
Better who? Better who? Millies, 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 Millies. Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I love all of you. Thank you. Oh, man, I wish I could give you the day off school today. I really could, but I think the school needs you. Absolutely love what you're putting down. Thank you so much. Long may this reign at your beautiful school. So hopefully the juniors can pick up that mantle and run with us. But well done. Absolutely beautiful. We'll see you after the break. Wow. Woo! Come on.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome to it. This is your feel-good breakfast show. And let me tell you, the entertainment box has been ticked so much already, and we're going to fill in all the gaps right now because joining us is Xavier Haupt, also known by his stage name as XO Xavier. Now, he's a musician, a media personality, and recently released a new project which you have to check out right now.
Stay home, school outside. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Stay home, school outside. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. can stay right.
Oh, I always love asking artists this. When you're sitting here and you see yourself, how does that feel? Does it
So
feel real
cringe.
that you finally, you know,
So cringe.
what do you think, bro?
It's nice to see yourself in that way, but it's cringy. It's cringy. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite cringy.
What was cringy about that? Well, we thought it was flippin' awesome. That beat everything.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
That's what cool people say. They're like, it's cringe. Meanwhile, it's like, man, you look hot, bro. I know you want to say that.
I'm just the type of person that thinks, what's next? What do I do next to sound better or to be better?
Hypercritical.
Yeah, I'm very critical of myself.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Very, very excited.
it does. Oh, well, listen, let's talk about this brand new song. We just got a little teaser there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Stay Home.
How do I explain this? We just booked the Airbnb and then we started, me and my friend Tembi, we just started playing on a beat. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I just sang something. He's like, yo, record that. I was like, that? He's like, yeah, record that. And the next thing you know, I recorded, and then he was sitting in front of the computer, and the next thing you know, he laid down a verse. I was like, damn, that sounds hard. Maybe we should do something with this.
And that's what I felt, is listening to that exact feeling of, damn, like, this is you. I didn't know that you had this within you. There's a new, like, vulnerability you're showing here, which is...
I didn't sing, I was like, let me try something, because we just had the guitar loop. And then Aldi, which is one of the greatest producers, he added the drums afterwards and the 808s afterwards. It was like, it's just made it more, sexier, I guess.
It's a good term, it is that. And your progression in your sound for me has changed. Since the last time you were here, bro.
I try to do something
different. Things have definitely changed. You seem like you've, I think, immersed yourself into this world of music beyond the content creation that has been taking up a lot of your time. I feel like you're taking this more seriously than you ever thought you could. And there's a renewed passion in the sound of yours. Where does this come from? What spurred this on?
I think my back's just against the wall.
Okay.
So I think that's enough fire. And from enough fire, the fact that I need to look after my mom, that's the biggest inspiration. But yeah, this is what I want to do. I've noticed this is what I want to do. When everything was stripped away, the content, everything, I had to sit with myself. That's why I was so quiet for a while.
Yeah.
I just sit with myself and find out what do I want to do? What do I like? What don't I like? Who do I like? Who don't I like? So it's been a really nice time to just figure out who I am, and that obviously shows.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
And
it's a very tough journey.
It is a tough journey, but you now get to also reflect that through your music. You get to collaborate with artists and producers that you like to work with, because you've now figured out what it is that you want or what you perhaps don't want.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the collaboration with Amin.
Well, it's always bangers with Amin. Pause. I don't know, we still have a lot more in the vault, that's for sure, that I'm excited for you guys to hear, but for now, I'll just keep everything very quiet until everybody sees what they need to see. But the relationship with me and Amin, we're like best friends. There was a time I slept over by him for a week. We're literally very great friends, so whenever we're probably gonna go back home, make some music, and then I have the rest of the day to do my shit again. So, one of the greatest people in the world, I mean.
Yeah, and I feel like, man, I don't know what it is, but there's an energy about you that I'm feeling since the last time we met again. And whether it's the fact that you've immersed yourself, like I mentioned, in the music, or you're surrounding yourself with more people that are bringing this out of you, something's changed. And one thing I got to commend you on is, I love seeing how new talent comes into the scene, and we're getting the front row seat to see your evolution, to see your change, to see you go from the content creator to the musician. And you've been very vulnerable, and you've allowed us to see so much of that world of you. And we're seeing a new side of you now. And I think the new look...
It takes a lot. It's very difficult for me to be vulnerable. I didn't really grow up being vulnerable. So for me to put that in music and then give it to people and for them to critique me is a lot. So I think that has made me a bit more stronger. Like, I was scared to put out music because of what people would think of me.
The judgment.
But now I'm like, we're all gonna die with our opinions, whether you like my song or not. It's okay. It's
so could we call this like a braver Xavier? Could we call this?
I like that, a braver Xavier. I like that.
And the new look as well, I think, is that just testament to this new sort of energy you've got with you?
I literally, I saw a music video of Machine Gun Kelly. I was like, yo, that looks dope. What would happen if I had to dye my hair blonde? And then I messaged my cousin. She's a hairdresser. was like, I'm coming to you tomorrow. Can you dye my hair blonde? She's like, yeah, nee, was doen het veel. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And then, yeah.
But I mean, that's a good blonde. Not every hairdresser can get that white blonde.
It was a bit yellow, and then I added some chemicals.
So
the purple shampoo.
Yeah, the purple.
Nicely done, bro. Because we don't want that curry look. You know, we don't want that curry look on
no, not
the
even
top,
like
bro.
The real Slim Shady look, that yellow look. It's not the one. It's not the one. It's not the one.
Oh, well, look, man, you're doing incredible things. I just want to say thank you for sharing yourself with them, Zanzi, because like you said, that is not easy. It's an overwhelming task and an overwhelming journey that you're going through for yourself, but having to share that with the world, it's incredible, man. So I'm grateful that we get music that kind of shares some of this journey. We get to see the side of you that I think everybody's going to absolutely love. And it feels like it's only the beginning. So Mzansi, you are in for a treat. This man's going to be showcasing some of that new music, some of that new energy, and of course, the new look to go with it all. So don't go anywhere. A lot to look forward to. But for now, let's fill those bellies before we get into the good stuff.
So right now we are looking at trending TikTok things, which we love. And I think this particular meal has dominated a few people's timelines, and with good reason. We love having Gabs in our studio, especially when she comes with the goods like this. We are going to be whipping up some creamy ramen noodles. Okay, I love ramen. I love these noodles. Well, I like the flavor profiles that come with it, but I've never had it creamy. And of course, we are using our lactose-free full cream milk from Clover. We love the no-lac because it just provides an option if you are lactose intolerant. It is absolute liquid gold. It really is. Okay, so we've got some very strong flavors here, which we need when whipping together an Asian-inspired dish like this. There are certain flavor notes you've got to hit, right?
Yes, absolutely. You know, you've got your chili, your soy sauce, your ginger, your garlic, that's what you want, you know, when you're starting with this. So basically what I've got over here is a pot that we have preheated with some oil in it. And I'm going to very gently, because I know it's going to spit at me because it's very hot.
We'll call it the angry pot noodles.
Yeah.
I love it. There probably is a dish called the angry pot noodle somewhere in the world right now for this very reason.
Somewhere. So we're going to fry this off. I'm going to add our tomato paste. I'm actually going to remove this from the heat just a little bit.
Just a touch of heat.
I don't want to burn everything.
We've got a lot of heat, but I get the fact that you kind of want the oil to be infused with the flavor.
You want the oil. I just also want to arrive alive.
Yeah.
Well,
this is called food theatre, okay? We like a little element of danger. Do you want me to... I'll be your human shield.
You're fine. I'm fine. I'm used to burning myself in the kitchen. I'm going to add our soy sauce.
We know that chefs have asbestos hands, okay?
No, I don't feel anything. You know that I don't have fingerprints anymore. When I do my driver's license, like, you don't have a fingerprint. I'm like, I've just burnt my hands so many times.
They're gone. And I'm sure that's par for the course for just about every chef and cook out there.
Yes. So pretty much now, but we're smelling things now. Smelling good.
And it's strong and funky.
It's strong and delicious. So I'm going to actually put this now back on the heat, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of our no-lac lactose-free milk.
And this really is a go-to if you want to kind of creamy things up, if that makes any sense at all. Sometimes you do want that without it being overdone.
Yes,
and if you go in there with a full cream, it's often too much. This is beautiful, it's light, and of course, it doesn't have the lactose. Full cream, fresh milk, lactose-free. I love that. It gives you all that dairy goodness, the beautiful flavor profile, things like the calcium, the vitamin C, plus it's easy to digest, so you can free yourself from lactose-intolerant side effects that can be hectic. We're talking nausea, bloating. It can be tough out there, so I love this. This is a beautiful alternative.
So pretty much now what we do is we are going to wait for this to come to a light boil.
Okay.
And then I'm actually just going to add the noodles to the pan. It still needs to like heaten up a little bit, but just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna show you. Just gonna pop it in there.
I love
break
that.
Are you some of that? Is it like sacrilege to break too?
I don't mind. Look, my kids, through their various journeys, have like stages of life have had to. I would go the whole thing.
Whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. I once saw a guy do it where he managed to actually keep them in that shape while they were cooked.
That's amazing.
Which was amazing
impressive.
to me. So, but I've never been able to emulate that, so I'm not even going to try. But I like a long noodle because you want slurpiness with ramen, right?
Slurpiness.
Isn't that part of the deal?
That is part of the deal.
I'm sure it's a measure of how good a ramen is.
This is something you eat by yourself at home.
With a
spilling
towel.
everywhere. Napkin tucked in.
I had to do that with a curry last night, literally with like a sweat towel over my shoulder and just sit in partial darkness and enjoy my curry.
And darkness. You want
so
to
no one can
elaborate?
see me just
You have to go to your
sweat.
therapist. I sat in darkness
I
eating
sat
a
in
curry
darkness with
by
my curry.
myself.
I'm sure it's a way of processing, okay? But I love the fact that with ramen you can get stuck in. It's an experience as much as, and then every bite has a slightly different flavor profile, which is awesome.
So what I would usually do, just by the way, is I would actually just put a lid on the pot.
And
Just to kind of, because the thing is, as you know, these noodles, they cook broth afterwards. You got more like a noodle than a broth,
well,
you know?
can
So it
see
basically
there
just makes this like...
creaminess.
Yeah.
And as is the vibe with ramen, it's nice to kind of wrap it up with a little egg on
Well,
top.
as you can see here, we've got our ready-made. And what we're going to do, because obviously this still needs to cook for a little bit longer. But obviously what you're going to do is you can top it off. You've got a little bit of parmesan here. If you don't like, obviously, the lactose side of things, then you can also get like a goat's cheese, which is very low in lactose. Side note. Spring onion...
More funkiness, yeah.
Exactly. Or you just get like a proper lactose-free cheese, you know?
It's all it's missing for me, a little bit of heat. I would love some
I know, I
bird's
threw
eye
all
chili.
of this in there. Should have kept some. Put some little fresh chili.
Just a little something, a little bite. I love that. Let me see if I can grab me a little fork here. Oh, there we go.
Or
Don't
chopsticks.
Worry. Chopsticks is my vibe when it comes to my ramen. Okay. So what must I expect here? What is going to be...
So you're going to taste almost like this creaminess, but then you've also got the heat of the ginger and heat of the chili and the garlic. So it's like quite an interesting flavor. And then you've got the spring onion, which also just, you know, gives it the very
nice, but it's
exotic vibe.
Because there's lots of strong flavors, but it lands quite softly. And then
but it's because of the milk, the lactose-free milk, it kind of just also numbs it a little bit.
Tempers the storm,
yes,
so
absolutely.
to speak. Yeah, oh, that is delicious. Breakfast is served. Quick, love it. A great way to transform some unassuming little noodles into an absolute symphony of flavor. I love the funkiness of this. A bit more heat would go well, but I think for anyone who's sitting with just some loose noodles at home, you can take it to the next level. Absolutely beautiful. And if you want the full recipe, you know where to go. Head over to expressoshow.com. You can find a host of culinary inspiration right there. Oh, that's good. Sure, we.
Say goodbye to nausea and cramps and say hello to delicious freedom with Nolax range of lactose-free milk and yogurt. Be free with lactose-free.
Oh, well, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Exo Xavier, he is here. He is ready to perform that brand new single, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
someone who fucks you up, someone who never holds you grudge.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. Now, I hiked the Otter last week. Now, can you imagine me turning my phone on and seeing all the things trending and the things being new that I missed out on a week? So we thought, why not take a look collectively at all the trending TikTok videos? Now, last week, the internet was ablaze at the annual Met Gala that took place. And Mzansi felt really represented at Tyler, who took the carpet with arguably one of the best looks of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the timeline. She looked incredible, but that's not what had people talking. In fact, it's the way that the star was carried. Let's take a look at this.
Can you flip the TV for us? Thanks, boy.
Look at that.
It's just so cute,
That's
man.
class. VIP at its finest.
Luckily, she weighs all of about 13 kilograms.
Yeah,
so I don't
you
think
can
it was too hectic. It was such a gentlemanly maneuver, but I think they get used to that at the Met. It's not the first time they've had a restricting dress.
But I love that. That's what the Met is all about. It's about pushing boundaries. It's about being part of that theme. It's about fashion really shining on that red carpet. I know there's a bigger meaning to the Met, but her custom Balmain dress was made of sand and microcrystals, which all perfectly sculpted on her Grammy-winning water body. It also meant that her movements was extremely limited, and that's why they had to carry her, which was amazing.
Yeah, and for someone who is so fluid in her movements normally, I don't think she ever stops dancing. This must have been quite a thing for Tyler to have to just rein herself in.
night.
Wow, just what a beautiful way to live the theme, but also keep a kind of South African feel and connection. And I think it reinforces that she is just smashing it. So whether you loved or hated the dress, one thing is for sure. Tyler received an aspirational level of princess treatment on the night. I think that undoubtedly cements her as that girl.
Was that the pun intended?
Yes, okay. I would have gone the it girl because she really is, but she is that girl. We love it, man. We love it.
Now, look, in fact, she's even, I think, inspired one of our favorite local celebrities. I mean, can you compare Tyler to anyone? We want to know from you, someone that's definitely come through and had their opinion is someone that we all have an opinion about. The one and only Sobizi. Let's see what he says. He was not the only person inspired, of course.
No.
The funny thing is, he would have done that regardless, okay?
I'm surprised he hasn't actually had a moment like that with the looks that he's put off.
He definitely has. I guarantee you he definitely has.
I love this. You don't now need to think functionally about an outfit. You now just have to think about the impact it's going to make because someone can carry you up the stairs. Who says you have to sit? You can stand the whole night.
And the guys lining the red carpet are just going to be bigger and bigger and bigger, man.
I'm going to propose if I can take on that new job as a dress carrier. Some new credentials.
But what I love is like how the bystanders know, and they just do the train, and they know exactly what's required on the night. Absolutely beautiful. But for me, what this really does reinforce is just how amazing this young woman is, how connected she is to the source right now. And I think the world is looking to South Africa for that next it girl, that girl. But I love the fact that she is just delivering and living her best life. So you go on loving life in the way that you are. But I think what we need now is a little bit of a performance of our own, right?
Hey, let's stay home, let's stay entertained, and let's stay plugged into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because right now, entertainment is going to come through at its finest. Take a look at this.
Yo, guys, this is my brand new single, Stay Home with Tembi Powers. You can go stream it everywhere. Yeah, enjoy the show.
Stay home, school outside. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Stay home, school outside. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right.
Look, she knows she the girl for me I adore. See the reason that I know I needed more. My dream is like a game in the last minute. I ain't in the lead right now, so I need a score clutch play. Life great though, I must say. Me and God need a touch base. Always trying to hold a grudge lame. So many rappers in my city think they spitting fire. Rappers need a duct tape. You tryna say a soul to the highest bidder. You tryna play a role as the highest. There's a lot of 9 to 5s and things that I consider. How could I think small? Truthfully, I'm eyeing bigger. Man, I'm tryna make $1 million fat. Debut, Jude Bellingham stats. Say my name and she yelling it back. Don't give me space cause he getting attached. She get defensive cause he feeling attacked. Yeah.
Do you need loving, girl? Do you need tummy rubs? But on the sweetest that you're looking for someone to love. Someone to touch, someone to fold you up. Someone who never holds a grudge and always down. Yeah, so let's keep it above. Did I really find my treasure? Was it fate? Was it love? Did I really fall for you? Was it real? Was it love? Was I camping on our love? Was you calling my bluff? But don't wait. Stay home, school outside. Tell your friends you can stay right here. Tell your friends you can stay right here.
What?
Tell your friends you can stay right here.
I think officially with that, you can tell your friends, your family, everybody to stay right here.
I ain't leaving.
Because the Feel Good Breakfast Show is just going to get even better.
Gentlemen, please take a bow for adding a little bit of street cred to our studio team this morning. I know in my cardi it's a hard sell, but you guys brought it. We absolutely love you, kid. Thank you so much for being out this morning. You know, for performers coming out and doing that this time of the day is quite a thing, man.
Yeah.
So we love you guys. Thank you so much, Xavier, for being here.
Well, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we get back, we're going to take a look at the 14th annual, in fact, Shakespeare Schools Festival that kicks off. So, of course, bringing you some of that.
Wherefore art thou?
Yeah, wherefore art thou indeed? Well, we're going to be sticking around here because Xavier's still be performing some of these new music, and we've got every reason to stick around for that. So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. It's just going to get better.
Don't fall victim to intestinal worms. Use kid-friendly Vermox twice a year and get rid of unwanted guests. Vermox.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. 2 hours down, one more to go. Let's quickly take a final look at your morning headlines. Here's Raul.
Thank you so much, Zoe. And yes, let's start off with national headlines. Now, the Western Cape Police have arrested a truck driver and confiscated drugs worth more than 3.5 million rand on the N1 at Langsburg. Now, police spokesperson Malcolm Poiki says officers of the Rural Flying Squad were patrolling the highway when they followed their instinct and ordered a truck to pull over. Now, they found 10 packets containing mandrax and 8 boxes filled with compressed dagga. A 42-year-old man is expected to appear in Langsburg Magistrates Court today. Well, next up on our local headlines, the HIV Research Institute of South Africa says the increase in tuberculosis cases is increasing at an alarming rate. Now, one person dies every 10 minutes from the disease. Now, the highest prevalence of TB is in the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. And last week, a tuberculosis vaccination program was launched in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape. Now, research specialist Dr. Pauline Howell asked people aged between 15 and 44 to participate in the program. Now, she says the vaccine given after birth only protects people during childhood. Well, moving over to international headlines right now, and internet users in Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda and Uganda have experienced poor connectivity as service providers across East Africa experience problems. Now, the patchy service was a result of faults in the undersea cables that connect the region to the rest of the world through South Africa. Now, Malawi, Mozambique and Madagascar have also been affected, and it's also been confirmed that one cable that runs along the coast of East Africa has been cut some 45 kilometers north of Durban. Now, there were widespread outages in South Africa, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Liberia and Ghana in March. Well, carrying on with international headlines, and the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres yesterday urged an immediate halt to the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza and the return of hostages and a surge in humanitarian aid to the besieged Palestinians. Now, a quote coming through saying, "I call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, unconditional release of all hostages, and an immediate surge in humanitarian aid." And this being said by Guterres himself. Now, meanwhile, Israeli strikes on Gaza continued yesterday after the expanded evacuation order for Rafah, despite an international outcry over its military incursions into the city. Now, Israel's retaliatory offensive has claimed 34,971 lives in Gaza, mostly women and children. Now, finally, in our headlines, Luke Ball and his father, Mike Haling, from Cape Town, joined forces to craft a drone that reached an impressive average speed of 480.23 kilometers per hour, earning it the esteemed title of the fastest RC quadcopter officially certified by Guinness World Records. Now, this achievement followed a 3-month journey filled with challenges, culminating in an outstanding top speed of 510 kilometers per hour, capable of accelerating from 0 to 300 in just 2 seconds. Now, equipping Peregrine 2 with the camera not only documented its flights, but also set another record, making it the fastest camera drone. Now, Luke is now determined to surpass his previous effort and create an even faster successor, driven by his passion for pushing boundaries in drone technology. And I mean, look at this. The future is looking fast. It's looking crazy. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these devices and just light up the sky. Or maybe take it out in the mountains. Well, watch this space coming to a screen near you. For now, though, we carry on with the rest of the headlines. And here's G-Man with the latest one last time when it comes to all things sport.
All right, so I suppose being down south in South Africa right now, we've got to deal with the elephant in the room. Sorry to the Man United fans. Arsenal revived their Premier League title hopes with a crucial victory over their arch-rivals Manchester United yesterday. Leandro Trossard's goal in the 20th minute made the difference. It secured a hard-fought 1-0 win for the Gunners, and they really did have to work for it. And they generally do struggle at Old Trafford, or have in the past, but this victory propelling Arsenal back to the top of the table, edging them just 1 point ahead of their title rivals, although Manchester City still holds the fate of the title in their hand. They've got a big one up against Spurs tomorrow night. So Arsenal's win puts pressure on them ahead of that big one up against Tottenham, but it's starting to look like Man City are the team with one hand on the trophy. Now let's look at rugby, and another great move from our Springbok women's team. And head coach Louis Kuhn has praised his team's structured approach in their final match of the Rugby Africa Women's Cup. And this victory over Madagascar not only confirmed their qualification for the Rugby World Cup in 2025, which is massive, but also secured their entry into the WXV2, which is a great platform and a showpiece, and I think pushes them in that professional zone even more. Now, ladies defended their title as African champions with a resounding 46-17 win over Madagascar, maintaining their unbeaten record, in fact, at the Stade Marquis in Antananarivo for 6 consecutive tests. But this one really did mean something. Cannot wait to see our ladies take part in the Rugby World Cup. So let's look at the rugby that was playing out on the gents side of the draw. And the Bulls, Stormers and Lions, they all secured valuable bonus point victories in the URC, keeping them very much in the race for the quarterfinals. So let's start with the Stormers. They delivered a strong second half performance and message, defeating the Dragons 44-21 in Newport. Then the Bulls, they followed suit with a slightly more hard-fought 40-34 win against the log leaders, the Glasgow Warriors, in Pretoria, just to spice things up. While the Lions, they continued their incredible year. They emerged victorious with a 34-13 win over Cardiff in Johannesburg. So these results do have significant implications for the standings. The Bulls now in 4th place, Stormers in 5th, and the Lions still hopeful for a top 8 finish. It's all in their hands, and we love it. Now let's turn to tennis, and another rather nervous sign ahead of the year's first big Grand Slam. Novak Djokovic is dumped out of the Italian Open. So Novak Djokovic's hopes of at the Italian Open were dashed as he suffered a surprising loss to Alejandro Tabilo. So the world number 1 was convincingly beaten, which we haven't seen in a while, 6-2, 6-3 by the Chilean, raising concerns about his form heading into the next big one, the French Open. And this defeat comes after Djokovic was accidentally struck on the head by a water bottle following his second round win. I doubt that was the reason for his loss, but maybe it did play some small part. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Hopefully the road's not too hectic. Let's get an update from Zoe.
Thank you, Graham. Let's look at your traffic in Cape Town. There's heavy congestion on the N7 southbound. It's at the Bosmansdam ramp, and expect some delays at additional travel time this morning. That's your traffic. Let's take a final look at your weather. And the South African Weather Service has not issued any warnings or alerts for today. Across South Africa, the weather is forecasted to be partly warm with cloudy conditions prevailing over large areas. Coastal provinces should anticipate morning fog patches, with autumn drawing to a close before winter officially arrives in just over a fortnight. So let's savor the tranquil weather while it lasts. We love a beautiful sunrise view, and for your 8 a.m. update, here's our final one for today. We have Verna from the Bereaville area sharing her morning view, and look at that spectacular sunrise view. If you would love to share yours like Verna did, feel free to WhatsApp us on 063 408 8863. Here's a final look at your temperatures for today.
Yes, Xavier, I do like Liverpool a little bit, okay? I do like Liverpool. I've got a great mate, Jamie, who's like a die-hard fan. I think he comes from Leeds, so he's like risked his life supporting that team for most of his life. But we love the fact that you're a footy supporter. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Do you want to embrace him, okay?
No, I mean,
so we've been putting it to you guys at home to just fill us in on how you're feeling about the derby game yesterday. Obviously, Arsenal coming out 1-0 on top over Man United. How does it feel being a Man United supporter right now, my friend?
I'll say it's quite traumatic, but in a sense, it makes you very. It's made me stronger.
Resilient.
Everything that I've been through in my life is nothing compared to
The
supporting
pain.
Man United.
The pain you feel right now. Yeah.
And the thing is, I want to change teams. I want to be a draadsitter. But
who would you change to if you did?
I think, funny enough, Liverpool.
Really?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Bro, I love you now. You're my favorite.
And that was an amazing performance. You're great. You're destined for greatness. Of course.
Same with the second worst team.
Then we put it to you guys to throw a few comments out there. But the match, it just didn't have the fire. And I think Arsenal, he gets the flow. He gets the flow. So let's see how y'all are feeling about this game. Let's bring up a couple of comments here. And I repeat that this is a safe place, hey? You can cry here.
Tokazana coming through saying, good morning, beautiful team. I am a Man United supporter, but I have accepted the chest pains every time that I am numb now.
Tokazana, I feel you. I feel you.
See, as a Spurs supporter, I can speak to the numbness. It can see you through an entire decade. Lynn saying, my bet was on the Gunners. I'm a Gunner all the way, and I think it's the Gunners' time to lift the trophy. Oh, Lynn, I hope for your sake that's true. But
So, what do you think? I mean, basically the way it's set up, I don't know if you're aware of this, but City are playing Spurs. G-Man supports Spurs this Tuesday.
You look like a Spurs supporter.
Yeah.
I know, what,
So
like downtrodden, soul destroyed.
Theoretically,
I would have said Tottenham.
Just broken.
would you have?
Yeah, not broken.
Got a bit of that.
But you can see there's grit.
I like it. Thanks for saying that, man.
So, bro, do you think that if City are going to take a L on Tuesday against Spurs, do you think Gunners can take it? Do you think they'll win that final game and win the English Premier League?
I would actually like to see that.
Would you?
I would actually. I don't want City to win again.
It's true. I think I feel the same
it's
way.
Like seeing the All Blacks win the whole time. Sometimes
yeah,
you just
it's
need
enough
to see.
now, man.
Exactly, yeah.
I agree. G-Man, what would you
I
prefer?
think we are destroying the very fabric of English football with this conversation. I can't believe we've got a Man United supporter talking about Liverpool and hoping that the Gunners are going to win. But that's the point that we've gotten to, okay? That's how bad it is out there. I know at this time of the season, a lot of people's hopes and dreams are being dashed. But take it as it comes, because I think we're going to see a brilliant run-in. And I have a feeling the story isn't told just yet. After like 4 straight losses, maybe Spurs are going to get that turnaround, but you can keep those comments coming. Let us know on our social media platforms. You can even drop us a voice note as an anonymous. We'd love to hear from you. 063 408 8863. Drop us a voice note. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. And joining us right now is Samantha Cedras. She is the drama teacher as well as Shakespeare play director at Leyden High School. And today she is here to tell us all about the 14th Shakespeare Schools Festival, South Africa, taking place this May. And we are so excited that you are joining us on our couch. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you for having me.
Wherefore art thou, Samantha? I love it. And that's it. That's where it ends. And I've done like 3 Shakespeare plays, and I can't remember any of them, but I can remember how amazing it was to be on that stage, to be a part of that collaborative effort, to dip into literature that has lived for so long. There is something so powerful about plugging into that. And this clearly is a part of your passion and purpose. Very, very evidently. Why? What do you think learners get from dipping their toes into some Shakespearean waters?
Shakespeare is timeless. Shakespeare, everybody knows Shakespeare around the world. They hear it in different forms, in movies, theatre, and books. Learners come to me and tell me they want to be a part of the Shakespeare Festival. They are addicted to their cell phones. But they have this void that they don't understand where it's coming from. Not knowing that a device or a cell phone or technology is merely a tool for communication, for information and knowledge.
It's a gateway.
It's a gateway, yes. But they're not really moving forward with cell phones. And they don't understand this void that they have. Because they use it primarily for social interaction. But once they see the other learners at the school performing Shakespeare, they have a whole different take on Shakespeare, and they realize that Shakespeare is not boring.
No.
In the theatre, they also use technology, the whole sound and lighting aspect of theatre. That's a whole different world to them. They see technology on a different level, and they see how it enhances the plays that's performed. And the staff at the theatre use computers and handheld devices in different forms that the learners perhaps didn't have a chance to see or exposure to. And then you have the learners that wants to act like Shakespeare, that wants to be in a Shakespeare play.
They were born to do it.
They were born to do it.
I'm going to add to that, because the crazy thing is probably 80% of the movies out there echo in some way a narrative from a famous Shakespeare play. I don't think we even realize how much Shakespearean content we're absorbing, because it's a baseline, a common thread through everything. I love that.
I absolutely love it. But you've also been entering the school and the students into these festivals for the last 6 years.
Yes.
And 4 of them, you've also added your own spin to it, making the students perform in Afrikaans, adding some Cape-coloured spice to it.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Why is it so important for you to personalise it and make Shakespeare more relevant to these young minds?
The home language is not necessarily English. So they come from an Afrikaans background. So I want them to relate more to it when they are learning the lines of a Shakespeare festival. So we do it in Afrikaans. We have a culture of our own, and I want the learners not to shy away from the heritage, what their parents taught them, what their grandparents taught them. We have something called kombuis Engels.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I don't want to offend anybody, but most of us use it in our homes, in our communities, to communicate with one another. That shows us we belong to a people.
It's a culture.
It's a culture.
It is.
Yes, going from that, after colonization, what did we have? We made this language up, kombuis Engels. And words like near, we will say nieman, or that word, kwai, to say that something is dope.
Yes.
Or you don't say gaan.
Did you just say dope? Did you just say dope, yo? I love it.
She's the best drama teacher.
Please, can you open an adult class and let us come and play with you, because it is amazing. So I would imagine Anthony and Cleopatra being dressed up in this way, there's got to be some spice. What can people expect from this production?
Right, talking about the Cape culture, Cleopatra has an assistant called Charmaine.
Okay. Of course.
Charmaine. We casting her as a gossip monger, or what we would call a skinnerbekkie. Somebody that is stirring up trouble. And in Cleopatra, There's most of our girls in our community, I think the parents have taught them to stand up to themselves.
Yeah.
Because they don't quickly back off from a
Ain't
fight.
no back down, yeah.
So Cleopatra is feisty. She's that one, she's looking for a fight. You know that type of girls
Yes.
in our community. Not quickly to back down from a fight. That's
So
Cleopatra.
that is, oh,
That's
it.
part of our culture.
Do you know what I love is how you can't even say, when you're talking about it, you are so
Passion.
pumped
The
up.
passion.
I
The
know, but that
passion's
is
there.
beautiful because the kids will feed off that for the rest of their lives. Love you, man. Love that.
So for anyone that wants to support or be part of the 14th Shakespeare Schools Festival, where can they find out more details? Where can we see the kids perform? Is it possible for us to view?
Yes, they can go to the Star Theatre at District 6 Homecoming Centre. And if they can't go there, they can do it online on web tickets.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant. You're amazing.
Thank you, Craig.
I don't think you'll get told this very often as a teacher.
No.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'm a product of this kind of teaching method, and that's how my career started. That's how I found my own purpose. So thank you for representing that. You're beautiful, man. You are amazing. Woo, webtickets.co.za. Go and see the next generation take on a generations-old piece of work with a very new Cape Town spin. I love it. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you.
Now, as I take a page out of the Kombuis Engels book, I'm going to tell you right now, Mzansi, that show is going to be quiet, to say the least, and you can stick around for that performance. But for now, though, let's change the pace and head over to the ones that we love the most, our mothers, which are like glue, let's be honest. And even when we can't see them, they are still holding the family together with their consistent love. And I think thanks to Panado, you get to show your appreciation for your mamas and everyone that we celebrate when it comes to celebrating moms, and especially in May being a Mother's Day month, and just highlighting this occasion. Now, all you had to do was tell us why your mom deserves a 2,000 Rand dose of care for this Mother's Day by nominating the mom figure in your life. And we asked you to use the hashtag PanadoSA and, of course, the hashtag Power to Fight Pain in your answer. Now, officially, we have our third lucky winner on the line. So, can we get a drum roll, please, for Dora Mortiene! Yes! Now, before we get into the conversation, let me highlight this winning comment. And it came through and it sounded like this. I'm nominating my beloved mom, Dimakatso Motwena. She deserves to win because my mom has been nothing but the best to everyone around her. Not only to her own kids or family members, but literally everyone matters to my mom. I call her mother of the nation. She's a mom who doesn't want to see other people lack, sick, or in any form of need. Now, with that being said, she never takes time to pamper herself. Now, with this 2,000 Rand, I can think that she can at least spoil herself a little bit. And again, using the hashtag PanadoSA and the hashtag Power to Fight Pain. Now, we have our winners on the line, so let's celebrate with them and say, congratulations! Yes! Good morning. Are we on the line?
Good morning. Top of the morning to you, Expresso Show. How are you doing this morning?
We are fantastic, but more importantly, how are you doing now that you officially are the winner of that 2,000 Rand?
I'm ecstatic. Like, I have no words. I'm excited. I'm happy.
And I really love the message that you sent. I think Mom is absolutely deserving of this. What does this 2,000 Rand mean to you, though?
The 2,000 means that I can, now that it's towards winter season, I can get all my meds, my essentials, so that I stay healthy. And more so, I can be able to buy my Panado.
All right. Is Dora, Mom on the line? Is Dora there as well?
I want to believe so. You can try her because she's on the other side.
All right. I'll try. Dora, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
You are incredible. I've just read the message that was sent to you. Wow, this means so much. What did you get up to yesterday for Mother's Day? Did you get a chance to celebrate?
Not really. I was just busy with other things, trying to do this and that for my family.
Oh, well, it's going to get better now because your daughter did something special and got you the opportunity to win that 2,000 Rand. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, thank you so, so much. Now that it's winter, I'm going to buy Panado for my kids, for my family, and everyone around me, because this winter is so strong and we get flu, we've got body pains, so we can use that Panado to help each and everyone around me.
Well, Dora, officially, I'm going to call you, like your daughter said, Mother of the Nation. And I want to thank you for being such an incredible figure in so many people's lives, not just your daughter. And I think this is what it's all about. I'm glad that we got the opportunity to celebrate with you. So congratulations and happy Mother's Month to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I'm proud of my daughter. She believes in me.
Oh, this is just incredible. You're both putting such a big smile on my face, and I think the rest of Mzansi who's witnessing this right now. So thank you again for coming through, being a part of this incredible competition, and congratulations. And for you, Mzansi, I guess this is something that we can all celebrate right now, because our moms are selfless. They're always putting out their children's needs before their own. And I think thanks to Panado, you have the chance to nominate your mom to be one of 10 lucky winners getting their hands on 2,000 Rand cash, just like you saw right now. And here's how to enter.
Mums are our true heroes, with Panado giving them the power to fight pain. So thank your mom this Mother's Day by nominating her for a 2,000 Rand dose of care. Weekdays from the 8th to the 21st of May, stand a chance of your mom being one of our 10 winners by replying to the hashtag PanadoSA and hashtag Power to Fight Pain competition post on the Expresso social pages. T's and C's apply.
Well, it has been a jam-packed show, and we're squeezing in more talent and excitement before we finish off at 9 o'clock. We have the students here from Leiden High School, and they are ready to give us an excerpt from their Shakespearean play. So don't go anywhere. We are ready, and we can't wait.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And let me tell you, here's every reason to make your day that much better, because the question is, will this Monday be your big payday? Well, play Daily Lotto for an estimated 480,000 Rand in jackpots to find out. Yes, that's 480,000 Rand. And you stand the chance to win that today.
Oh, imagine being that lucky winner. Well, if you want to imagine that, you need to buy your tickets. And there's so many ways for you to get your tickets. Buy them in-store, online at the nationallottery.co.za website. You can buy it through the mobile app or simply through your cell phone banking, or by dialing *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
Yeah, we've got lots of options for you, and all these details are on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out right now and get yourself in the running to win big. The question is, will the 480,000 Rand estimated Daily Lotto jackpot be yours? Well, Panda push a play now to find out.
All the best of luck with that. Maybe this will inspire, give you a vision of those lucky numbers, because we've got some lucky performers living an incredible dream right now. Performing Shakespeare is something really special. But when you throw in a bit of spice and you fully Cape Townianize it, it becomes something that is so expressive of our culture. We are so proud to have some of the learners from the incredible Leiden High School here performing just an excerpt from Anthony and Cleopatra. Take it away.
My liefste, koningin. Wat sê jou vrou? Om huis toe kom. Ek wens sy het jou nooit toegelaat om hierheen te kom nie. Moenie dat sy sê dit was ek wat jou hier gehou het nie. Ek het geen mag oor jou nie. God weet wat die beste is. O, daar was nooit 'n koning wat so verskriklik verraai is nie. Cleopatra? Hoekom het ek gedink dat jy kan aan my behoort? Ek getrou wees aan my as jy ontrou was aan jou eie vrou. Die soetste koningin. Nee, asseblief, moenie simpel verskonings probeer uitdink om te vertrek nie. Sê net totsiens en gaan. Sy is dood, my koningin. Wat? Het voel jy van 'n seer hart gesterf? Kyk wanneer en waar sy gesterf het. O, jou ontroubare minnaar. Waar is die trane wat jy in haar see moet stort, hè? Nou sien ek. Ek sien uit voel jy as sy dood dat jy ook nie oor my dood sal huil nie. Moenie meer met my baklei nie. Luister na my koningin. Daar is 'n situasie wat ek moet aan aandag gee. O, my geheer verlaat my. Net soos jy is en ek vergeet alles. Ons is so saamgebind. Selfs in ons skeiding, selfs al bly ek steeds by jou sou wees en ek, wanneer ek vertrek, nog altyd hier by jou wees. Gee my liewes 'n boks Fox Street of 'n bottle Reds. My senuwees kan ek nie meer vat nie.
O, jene mevrou Cleopatra, ek het vir jou gesê van diese Anthony. Hy gee jou maar net 'n kopseer, mevrou, weet jy? Maar vertel 'n bietjie meer, hoekom keer jy die rooi drankie? Sodat ek hierdie lang tydperk kan slaap terwyl my Anthony weg is. Oef, jy verstaan nie die drama wat hier gaan nie, né? Oef.
Welkom in Rome.
Dankie, meneer.
Sit.
Nee, dankie. Ek hoor jy maak 'n groot baai oor dinge wat nie eens jou betrek nie. Wat jy ook al gehoor het, dat dit niks met jou te doen nie. Wat is dit vir jou wat ek in Egipte maak?
Niks. Net soos dit niks met jou te doen het wat ek in Rome doen nie. Maar as jy 'n komplot teen my beraam het terwyl jy daar was, sou dit 'n groot bekommernis vir my wees om in Egipte te wees.
En daai nou weer.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You all get out here and take a bow, because you're going to have to do that when you perform. I absolutely love that. The acting is beautiful. The subtext is amazing. Sister, you got it, man. You got it. Absolutely brilliant. Please, ladies and gents, put your hands together again. Take a bow. The incredible learners from Leiden High School. They'll be performing in the 14th Shakespeare Schools Festival, South Africa. It's from the 8th to the 27th of this month at the Star Theatre, District 6 Homecoming Centre, which is beautiful. And you can head over to Web Tickets right now and get your tickets at a steal, starting at just 140 Rand. Come and see the next generation of talent becoming, because that's what's happening here. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Take another bow, because that was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Well done. Woo!
Oh, yes, Mzansi, there's so much to look forward to. And don't worry, we've got you. And speaking of, I got you, babe. And that's the title of the next song that Xavier's going to be performing in just a bit. The man is standing by. And if you weren't watching, he's looking fresh. He's got this new hairdo. He's got a new look. He's got new energy, new music. Look at that. I mean, come on. What's not to get excited about? Only that we have to wait and hear him perform. But it's going to happen in just a bit of Mzansi. And then we're also going to tuck into some entertainment news. So a lot to look forward to on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Like we promised, we've got you, and you don't need to go anywhere. See you after this.
Join markets.com today. Start your journey to trading success and stand a chance of winning one of 2 iPhone 15s valued at 20,000 Rand each. With 6 global licenses, 4.7 million clients worldwide, and free insight on the markets from trading expert Ruan Landsberg, markets.com is where opportunity meets education. Download and sign up now on markets.com mobile app. And that competition ends Friday, the 17th of May. Good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Time to do a deep dive into the world of entertainment and have a little bit of fun. And we're going to catch up with some of our favorite celebs. And one of our favorite celebs, Xavier, has very kindly offered to stick around. Exo is going to be performing in just a moment. But we thought, because you're kind of young and funky and cool and hip, that you would actually know what we're talking about here. Now, we'd love to get your perspective, because you're kind of on an arc now, my friend. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about you like this pretty soon. So it's great to have you. Yeah,
well,
man.
I don't know if people have noticed, but on your neck, you've got your tattoo that says Dreamer, and I think it's very fitting for our first story.
Just give a sexy little turn there.
You can just
let
turn
them see.
and
There
the
we
camera
go.
will see your Dreamer. There we go. It's focusing on that.
The beard
there we
makes it
go.
look like I have
So it's very
makeup.
in line with our first story, in fact, because Leah Bonawaka is a 22-year-old who recently graduated from Gqeberha, who was hooked on some highly addictive drugs and gracefully endured to clean himself up and went to school, and now he's a graduate from the Nelson Mandela University. Boom. Now, he explained by saying that he was a victim of peer pressure that led him to do the drugs, and he is grateful that his life had turned around and he can be better. How is that?
You know, when so often we focus on the flip side, the spicy stuff in entertainment, news, and that sort of thing, we miss the real golden story. And when we think of how many kids are going through that narrative right now, not many of them end up.
Just kids, everyone.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, it's just your environment.
Yeah.
It's who you surround yourself by. Good people won't let you do bad things unless they want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's just who you surround yourself with. If you're going to chill with people that drinks every day, you can end up drinking
every day. No, for sure. And unfortunately, we've got communities that are set up like that, unfortunately, for various reasons. But that is a magical story. And I'm so glad that that is trending and that people have jumped on that. Absolutely beautiful, man. Well done. So let's get into a little bit of that spice. And this is crazy because we know both of these people quite well. And we just wanted to put something to bed and be grown-ups about this. So DJ Zinhle has spoken quite candidly about her friendship with the beautiful Pearl Thusi, who's honestly one of my absolute favorites as well. Shedding some light on the speculation that they've ended their friendship. The world is going to stop turning. Well, Zinhle said that their relationship had grown into a sisterhood, and the evolution of their careers had resulted in them having to spend some time apart. It happens as you get a bit older. She also added that their friendship is centered around real life things, and that they are friends forever and are not bothered by what people have to say. And I mean, thank you for just putting that to bed. It's ridiculous that they would actually have to talk about this sort of stuff. By virtue of the fact that we're talking about it, I suppose it begs a...
I was more excited by the fact that they might have a reunion again, and looking at Pearl entering this DJ world as well now.
Boy.
Imagine the two of them collabing on some tunes.
That would
Bro, and then we put your vocals on top of that.
I mean,
bro.
I wouldn't think it.
Let's put that out there. Another
Shoot your shot, yo. Shoot your shot.
We got an idea for you.
I can try some vernacular.
Yeah.
We can make that.
But look, it does speak to, I think, how relationships do change. And especially someone like you, I'm sure you're going to go through this a lot, man. Some of your friendships are going to change. They're going to get stronger. You're going to meet new people and different people along the way. It's a crazy ride to be in the media and go through that. And I think it's not as crazy as it thinks, because you have these media relationships and friendships, and then you have real relationships and friendships. And I really hope that amongst these journeys that artists like this go through, that you have your real, that can really keep you humble, keep you grounded. If you still got that.
You need your core values. You need your core values.
Sure.
Otherwise, you'll just end up being a feather in the wind.
Got to stand for something. Or
Gotta stand
fall for
Industry
anything. I love it.
you, yeah.
I'm going to jump on this next story because I didn't realize how much of a fan of Justin Bieber I actually am. And I think from like the, clap for the man.
Now more than ever, yeah.
And what are his fans called?
Believers.
Believers.
We
There
are
we go. I'm a
believers.
believer. Okay, and I'm proud to say it. So award-winning pop star Justin Bieber and his model wife, as one has, Hailey Bieber, have recently announced that they are going to be parents. Let's take a little look at this. I mean, that's how you do it. I would imagine some famous American director probably did that, shot that video on his like 1950s
Perfect.
cinematic,
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
I think that's just
So good.
beautifully done, yeah, and it captures a moment. But I think for the pair, this is quite a big thing. They posted pictures, obviously, of them renewing their vows at an open-air ceremony, and then Hailey was cradling the baby bump, which looked so cute, super excited for both of them. And I love the fact that they've got something else to focus on, because I think Justin's obviously been with his health, has been going through a bit of a thing, a scary thing at the moment. So this is kind of something that's just going to bring them back down to earth. And it's a big thing in both of their lives. So we wish them well, man. We wish them well.
I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but I really do hope this one lasts. I think everything that we've seen so far seemed to be genuine. It seems to be like there's real meaning here. And a lot of us buy into this love a lot of the time because we believe in love, especially being on the outside. So as genuine as this seems, I think time will tell if this can really last and go through the sort of external pressures that this
Celebrity
industry,
mold.
man, that they've got to go through and still be themselves amongst it all. But I really, really hope this one lasts forever. I'm standing behind this relationship. Yeah.
Now, you got this, Beebs. You got it. I believe.
Ah, you're a believer. You've been dubbed a believer. Well, we're going to bring you some royal news. Now, Prince Harry sparked fears about his future with King Charles and the rest of the royal family, as the king's decision with the prince has a wide array of questions about the future and everything. Now, claims about it all have been brought to light by royal commentator and expert Tom Bauer. Now, weighing in on everything during his most recent interview, he warned about an impending shift in Buckingham Palace's relationship with Prince Harry. Now, he spoke especially of King Charles, as well as the expert was quoted saying, "It's impossible to exaggerate the significance of King Charles's decision not to see his son Harry while Harry is in the UK for the Invictus Games." That's the end of the quote. He also said it's an ambiguous statement that Harry is not welcome, that the relationship between the father and son has broken down, perhaps irretrievably.
Can I put this into context here? Because now you've got, obviously we know that King Charles is going through his own battle with cancer at the moment. And the family is dealing with some pretty big waves in that sense. Imagine what it would take for a father and son not to connect while that is all going on. When you talk about the duty of being the monarch and what you have to take on board, and how the Queen carried that through her reign, how much of that responsibility would be weighing on King Charles right now for him to step away, knowing what they've been through together, what they've lost as a family. And it's difficult for me to just see them as royals like this. But I think the last vote that came in from, or referendum from the people, it's almost 50-50 now in terms of what people are wanting out of the monarchs, whether they do represent British culture anymore, if they want them to stick around. Are you a pro-royalist? I love it. I love that part of their history.
I enjoy it. I don't really. I'm more worried about what goes in our country.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm more worried about what goes.
Like
I think there's a lot going on in the world that needs to change, and I think people are worried too much about the nice things and the beef and the Met Galas and whatever.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
bigger things going on in the world.
Yeah, baby's dying.
100%.
Man. I think it's interesting now to see this time that we live in and seeing how monarchs need to make this decision of, do we resonate with the people or do we continue to possibly dictate? And I think this is where this is where this sort of conflict is now starting to develop, where seems like someone's for the people, it seems like some people might not be there for the people, and how you navigate this new way of going forward and what you represent in the space becomes very, very tricky. And I think that's what's playing out right now, and that's what's causing this conflict too. So it's an interesting road ahead, yeah.
I think we need a king and queen back in South Africa.
Oh,
let's just go.
we've got some incredible kings and queens, actually.
I will rally to that cry.
Well, we are now going to dub into the world of beauty, because the world's #1 makeup brand strikes again with the iconic label's birthday month in full swing.
Ooh.
They started with a celebration of music, beauty and style, partnering with In the City Festival to kickstart their month of Maybelline. Now, Kuchle had a front row seat at it all, so let's take a look.
Maybelline New York is a brand that makes you feel like you are worth it, getting you through your day effortlessly, dependently, and most importantly, glamorously. And to celebrate that effortless feeling alongside music, beauty, and style, they are proud to announce their second edition of Month of Maybelline. And to launch the celebrations, they have decided to join forces within the city to host their very own concert featuring a stellar lineup. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us tonight. Let's go. Noctula, Francesca, thank you so much for hosting us this evening. I am so excited to celebrate the month of Maybelline. Noctula, please talk to us. What inspired the concept behind tonight's celebrations?
So May is our birthday month, so we decided why celebrate such an iconic brand such as Maybelline only on one day. Definitely we need to celebrate it the entire month.
We have the Maybelline house celebrating Month of Maybelline. We have 3 areas that are basically celebrating all of our promotions that we have in store running over May.
The skin tint, the fresh tint one, is one of the newer ones. It gives like the ultimate skin glow. You don't have to do too much, so I think that's one of my favorite Maybelline products at the moment.
This celebration of one's unique beauty and embracing of individuality through thrilling activations and, of course, performances. Irina, it's a beautiful and exciting night. Talk to us about the inspiration behind tonight's event and celebrations and just generally the concept.
Maybelline is the #1 makeup brand in the world and we're very proud of it and won't just be celebrated for one day. So tonight we are in the city, Month of Maybelline. It's a beautiful evening and a packed show.
Maybelline has inspired me in such a way that I actually feel included with their products, especially like their foundation. With a person like me, I sometimes feel like my complexion cannot get its shade. Today, I'm wearing the number 12 and number 11 skin tint, and come on, you can see this. Thank you.
It's a beautiful activation and we really have areas divided by face, lip and eye because we're not focusing on one product, we're focusing on the entire brand. We have a bracelet making station, which is my personal favorite, inspired by Taylor Swift. We have a wonderful lip section where you can take a quiz, find out what lipstick are you. Are you a lips a plump? Are you a vinyl ink? Are you a matte ink? We have a beautiful face section. You can get your face beat. You can get a photo because maybe you're born with it and maybe it's Maybelline.
From matte to glossy, from neutrals to bold, whatever it is, they probably have it. Much like music, Maybelline celebrates each unique style and taste. Dale, it's such a pleasure to meet you. We are here in the name of Stain Entertainment. Talk to us about how it all started and what it's all about.
Live events, music festivals, record labels, Stalo, management company, hospitality, we do restaurants, we look after chefs. And so it's multifaceted entertainment business. And for us, really, we just want to touch on all the little sections and all the elements of live entertainment in South Africa.
Why is Maybelline the perfect media partner for an event like this?
Well, the first thing is to have partners that are this supportive is incredible. And we've got 2 internationals on this lineup, and that's how you end up doing sold-out shows. But really, it's the support on the back end, trusting us that we're going to do our job, and then we trust them that they're going to execute and do their job.
Maybelline gives us makeup for every look, style, and skin tone, putting the emphasis on celebrating self-empowerment, self-expression, and of course, diversity. Kim Jade, looking oh so fine as always. It's absolutely electrifying hearing the screams and our favorite sounds in the background right now. How do you think Maybelline, the brand, resonates with the South African market?
Well, first of all, it's the month of Maybelline. So globally, we're celebrating this amazing brand. It's their birthday, and they represent everything that our audience is. It's young, it's fresh, it's inclusive, it's diverse. It really is the South African market. And just like how music has brought everyone together, the Maybelline activation, babe, perfect. So they really are the perfect partner for the city.
There's Super Stay ink. Oh my word, this is amazing. I got it from the activations. Right now, the clean girl makeup look is what's working for me. So Maybelline helps to accentuate that a little bit, yeah.
One thing that I love is the fact that it's affordable, so everyone can literally have it. And it's so accessible. The shade range is amazing. It has the perfect undertones for each and every girlie.
What we decided is that why not have the consumer also enjoy in our birthday month by shopping their favorite products at a discounted rate.
The first week, which would have just passed, that was 20% of all of our mascaras, our iconic mascaras. The second week, which runs up until the 14th of May, is 20% of our Super Stay range, Super Stay Lip, including the vinyl ink, which is just a beautiful product. And then the last 2 weeks focus on 20% of our Fit Me range. Wonderful foundations come in 38 shades, as well as concealers, powders, just the entire range.
From their diverse product range to their impeccable taste in music, Maybelline has kick-started the month of Maybelline in style. So join them in celebrating music, fashion and beauty. But not only that, self-empowerment, individuality and uniqueness all throughout the month of May. It's been amazing.
Oh, there we have it, all about the month of Maybelline. And from exciting activations to one-of-a-kind promotions, Maybelline is taking it up a notch to fully embrace its declaration of self-expression, empowerment and individuality this month of May. Now, don't forget to shop their limited deals at all participating retailers from the 15th to the 31st of May. And there are some T's and C's that apply.
And what's going to apply right now is for you to not go anywhere, because this beautiful soul right here is still standing by to entertain. New look, new music, and it's streaming right now on all platforms. So go download it, add it to your playlist, and blast it out through the car, through the house, and let the neighbors hear it. And we're going to give you another reason to do exactly that, because Xavier's going to be sharing some more of the good stuff in just a bit. So you, Mzansi, don't need to go anywhere. We got you locked and loaded.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. So believe it or not, the one thing that we've spoken about on the show today that's got the most traction, and we've had some amazing things fall onto our plates. Of course, it's Tyler's dress at the Met, which we absolutely love. A dress made out of microcrystals and sand that did not allow for very much movement, but my word, does she not look otherworldly? She
looks like an
beautiful.
Oscar. She looks like that's what the new Oscar should look like.
It's just model of event. So that's a brilliant
Look,
idea.
you can carry her. Like, she is just exquisite. The dress for me was best dressed, hands down. Firstly, I didn't see all the dresses, but also it fitted with the theme. And I mean, we know that it got a lot of attention that she had to be carried around, but also I think a lot of people were wondering, how did she get out of that dress?
Did she eat? Was she just like grabbing canapes as they came past and just standing in the corner of the room? Yeah.
If you follow Vogue online, you would have seen what they did to the dress, and they basically transformed it. So take a look at this.
Okay. Wow. They are literally using a pair of scissors right now, people.
And they are cutting it into a mini dress.
Oh, so she can party the night away.
Was this part of the plan? What?
No, they must have been. Look, I know this in a lot of weddings. This has become a thing now that you've got kind of a dress that can be transformed, or you have a little backup cocktail version of your wedding dress.
But you can see that's a pro cutting, because if I had to cut it, it would be so skewed, would be jagged. That's a pro.
I was dying to know how she got out of it. I was just assuming she went to the beach and just like waited for the waves.
Waves to come in and all the sand just washed off. Keep that stuff to yourself, Ryle, okay? Now you've got just about every person on the planet imagining that being the way that she dealt with her dress, but she looked stunning and proudly waving that South African flag as well. So we love you, girl. Absolute beaut.
Now, one thing I absolutely love is the fact that we are just blown away that the stars, the entertainment, everybody that comes through on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And one such person that has been doing that has stepped forward, shown us their vulnerable sides, shown us so much about themselves. New music, new hair, new looks, and I'm here for it. So once again, here's every reason to add some great music to your playlist by this man right here.
Guys, this is a song called I Got You, produced by me and Nick and Sai, because stream it everywhere. It's one of my first songs. Thank you.
Tell me would you love me the same if I told you I was going crazy? Tell me would you love me the same if I run and find somebody new? I think I'm going insane. Memories all in my brain. I can't understand the pain that I feel, but all that I know is that I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you forever. I got you, babe. Tell me the love that you're feeling it well. Tell me it ain't no big deal. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you forever. I got you, babe. Tell me the love that you're feeling it well. Tell me it ain't no big deal. Tell me what you want me to stay, want me to go, want me to lay down. You were my wifey, 10 toes, you know I'm gonna stay down. Tell me, baby, do you fancy me? But you and you for me. We don't need to be for the streets, as long as it's you and me. You and me, you and me. Woman on my dreams, can't you see, that we were meant to be? Honestly, honestly. So baby, can't you see, it's you and me. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you forever. I got you, babe. Tell me the love that you're feeling it well. Tell me it ain't no big deal. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you forever. I got you, babe. Tell me the love that you're feeling it well. Tell me it ain't no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, we love you, sir. Just take a little mini bow. Do you know why I actually hate you, Xavier? I hate you because I know I will never be as cool as you, man. You're just so cool.
Dye your hair blonde.
Not again. Never again. I think a petition went out and said I'm not allowed to do that again. But come and have a little seat with us as we say goodbye, because there's plenty to get. That was great, buddy. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing along this morning. Likewise, thank you to everyone who has played along this morning. It's just been awesome. I love the Shakespearean connection. Absolutely cool. As a young performer, as a young actor, if you can start doing Shakespeare at school, that's honestly where my career began. So check out the Shakespeare Schools Festival. Go onto web tickets right now. Go and get your tickets, $140. Go and support the next round of celebrities, because that's where it's going to come from. I know it. No, it's...
Well, we've had a jam-packed show. It's been absolutely incredible. For me, I loved seeing those young talents with our ballroom dancing, showing us a little bit of Latin dancing. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I think I'm still raving on the energy from Milnerton's war cry that just got me in the vibe and the gears. And then I took that...
after a while, eh?
Yeah, bro, I was ready to like conquer.
Ready, bro.
I was like,
like a Saturday.
I would play 15 minutes of a rugby game for that, eh?
I'd
I
step
would
up,
10
man.
minutes
You can
maybe.
feel and you can see why that school school's doing so well. So I think shout out to everybody at Milnerton right now doing the absolute most. And I think this is going to be an incredible season for their entire school. I mean, look at this video right now. The entire crew has shown up from Milnerton to do this with the mascot involved as well.
The result is they've beaten Bishops. They've beaten Rondebosch this year. Okay. Don't poke the bear. Milnerton are going to come for you. Now, I absolutely love the Gears and all of the champions for that school. Well done to you guys.
Oh, well done to them. So, Xavier, just to give you some context, there was this war cry competition that 5FM did, and we had Milnerton here. They were of our favorites, but there was also a winner dubbed by 5FM. So let's take a look at the winning team.
Check with the team. Team, do your job. Saints is the name. We're bringing the 8-8. Others can watch, but they know they ain't the same. Check with the team. Team, do your job. Saints is the name. We're bringing the 8-8.
More fire. So congratulations to St. Stidians ladies doing an exceptional job. But I think we've got to tip our hats to Nick Hammond because he plugged into the source for this one. His amazing drive team as well. They highlighted just how amazing South African schools, our spirit, our Gears actually is. So love you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Well, it's going to be a busy show, in fact, every single day this week.
Full on.
From fantastic performers that you need to tune into for tomorrow, including Wednesday being World Baking Day.
Oh,
I'm excited. I'm here on Wednesday. I'm coming with an empty tummy.
Okay.
I'm here for all the bakes.
Intermittent fasting on hold for Wednesday's show. I will do it. I'll take one for the team.
Listen, there's still a lot to look forward to. Middle of the week, we've got the bakes, and then I think at the end of the week, something really special is coming through. Am I allowed to say this?
I'm allowed to do it,
because it involves a mask and a singer. Put those two together. They're going to be coming through right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The masked singer is going to bring a performer through. I don't know who it's going to be.
Check the mental arithmetic. He can enter. You can enter the masked singer. We absolutely love it. Brendan Tamo on tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. We love you so much, guys. Thank you for playing with us today. Y'all, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Be safe. Adios, muchachos.
Say goodbye to nausea and cramps